Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a quick overview of cafe management system, and I have already started the project. Here you can see that this is a login. Here first thing you observe that we have to enter one username and password in order to log in. So we have two options, either we enter username and password or directly we can click on this continue as guest. Let me show you first what happened when I click on this continue as guest. Let me show you. Here I have clicked on this and we move to the dashboard, and here we see an interface like this, and here we have only one button to place order. Now I'm going to click on this. Okay, so we have this on our screen. Here we can see we have this category. With this category we can select the items. I have added only 4 items for now. You can add multiples inside this. So I'm going to select one, soft drink. Okay, so we have soft drink 1. So this is a search box. When I type a name Coke, or when I type something wrong, then that will be removed. So we can search with the help of this search box. So let me show you. In the South Indian, I have added 2 items. So if we have multiple items, so then we can search from that. So I'm going to write dosa. You can see this, we have find dosa. And when you delete it, all the data will be visible. So when you click on this, the item name is automatically filled inside this box, and the price is also filled inside this box. This is the quantity. With the help of this button, you can set the quantity. If I need 1, the price will be automatically set. Total is 25. When I move this one to 2, it will be, the price will increase and decrease on the basis of this. Here you can see this. Okay, so one more important thing is that you cannot make changes inside this one. Okay, here you can see this. Whatever I try to write inside this one, nothing happens. So I'm going to add this to cart. When I click on this, here you can see that dosa 75, quantities 2 and price, and total amount is also updated. Now I'm going to add idli 2 and quantity will be 1, and click on this. Here you can see this idli is also added. Now I want some Coke, soft drink, Coke, and click. I need 3 of them or 4 I guess. Click on this, and here you can see there's a price is increased. I want to remove the idli. So how to do that? When I click on this and click on remove, it will be removed and price is also decreased. So in the same way it works. So I want one non-veg thali, so select this and select 1, click on add to cart, and here you can see this, everything is now added. So next thing what we have is, we have one button to print the bill. So when I click on this print, here you can see this, it's pop up a dialog like this, which is a software default software. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to just click on this print. Here you can see this page 1 of customer, and it's showing where you want to print the bill. So I want to save the bill over here, so I'm going to 5th bill, and when I click on save, and it's printing, and after the printing is done and the PDF is saved, here you can see this, the data from this detected view is now cleared, so that you can add new stuff for the user, and the payment, the total is also reset to 0. So let me show you if that bill is saved into my local computer or not. So I have just opened that. So desktop, and my folder name is bills. Yeah, here it is, and the 5th one. So I'm going to open this. Here you can see this customer bill. We have added dosa, quantity is 2 and price is 150, Coke 50, quantity 4, 200, non-veg thali. At last we have added 850, 1 and 850, and the total price, total payable amount is 1200. Here you can see that this is a PDF file. You can print it later, or you can save this for further use if you require. So here you can see this, now PDF is also generating. So I'm going to show you each of these stuff in very detailed and precise manner. So what you have to do is, first you have to subscribe and just stay tuned. After this, let me move back to our project, and here you can see this, we have one option to log out. So I'm going to log out one. When I click on this, we move to this one. After this, I'm going to enter or log in with the username and password. So my username is btechdays and my password is pass. And when I log in, here you can see this, we have now multiple options, that is place order, add items, update items, remove items, So when I click on this, yeah, I have shown you how this works, everything. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one item. So I'm going to add one soft drink. So I'm going to add something Sprite. If spelling is mistaken, then sorry for that. Okay, so I'm going to add the amount for this one. So Sprite is now costly nowadays, so I'm going to add this one 150 and add item. Data processed successfully. It means that data is saved. Click on OK, and here you can see this, everything is clear. Now check that if this in the category soft drink we have Sprite or not. Here you can see this, we have it, Sprite 150. Yeah, this works. Add item is now working. Suppose we have mentioned the wrong price for the Sprite. Okay, so we have to search for Sprite now. Okay, yeah, here we have. Click on this and the data is filled over here. If you want to change anything, you have to just do that like this. I'm going to set this one to 120 and click on update. This will update the data, and you can see that this refresh, and here you can observe that Sprite soft drink and price is 120. The same way you can move over here and search for this soft drink. Click on Sprite. Now the price is 120. You cannot make changes inside that. So this one is working fine. The same way you can also change the name of this. So I'm going to change the name of this. Which one? Yeah, I'm going to change this one to Veg Special Thali. So HALI, and when you update this, yeah, Veg Special Thali. Yeah, name is also being updated. In the same way, we can update the category as well. The next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove item. So what I have added now is nothing but Sprite. Here you can see that the Sprite is visible. So I want to remove this item. So when you click on this, this will ask for user to if you want to delete this or not. So here we have one more option. If you don't know how to delete this item for first time you open the software, so here you can see there's a question is in your mind is how to delete. When you click on this, you will see how to delete. Click on row to delete the item. When you click on this, delete item, it's asking for your confirmation. If you click on cancel, nothing happens. Here you can see this, still I can find Sprite. If I click on yes or OK, data process successfully, and click on OK, here you can see this, now the Sprite is hidden. Go over here, click on this, search for soft drink, and we have only Coke over here. Yeah, that's it. Here you can see this, every feature I have shown you clearly and how these all stuff work. So I hope you like this. So just stay tuned. In the further videos, I'm going to design all of these stuff very detailed, starting from the login page and then the dashboard and all of these stuff in very detail. So that's it. Keep supporting and just subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to design this login page. In previous video, I've already shown you the overview of cafe management system, and from this video, I'm going to start designing with this application. So let's start with that. So let me close this first. And what we have to do is we have to first create a new project. For that, just click on this file and click on new project and name that project whatever you want. So I've already created one with the cafe management video, and here you can see this. This is first thing what we have to do is we have to actually remove this border from this form, and secondly we have to fill the background color. So let me maximize this little bit, and after that just right click and go to properties, and there you have to search for few properties which we have to change. So first thing what I want to change is that form border. So search for that. So here you can see this form border style. Just click on this and select none, and here you can see this, now the form border has been removed. After this what we have to do is we have to actually set the form size and the background color. So let me copy the form size from the complete project. So click on this and let me copy this size to 373, 540. So I'm going to copy this, move back over here, right click, go to properties, search for size, paste it over here and hit enter. Now you can see this is in the perfect shape. After this what we have to do is we have to copy the color combination. So let me search for the properties, that is back color. Here you can see this, let me copy the color code from this. So search for back color. So our color code is 41, 44, 55. Sorry, 51. So move back over here and just paste it. You can manually write it 41, 44, 51 and hit enter. And here you can see this, now the color has been changed. First thing, here you can observe what we have is this is a picture box, and in this I have set up image. You can set any image whatever you feel like, it's okay. So I'm going to use one image which I already have in the system. If you need that, you can just ask me for that. Okay. So let me add that. So search for picture box first, because we need one picture box. So drag and drop it over here. Let me maximize this like this one. After this, what we have to do is we have to set image inside this. So let me just click on this small triangle over here. Just click on this, choose images, click local resources, click on import, and after this local directory will be opened. So I'm going to use this one. In this whole project I have used only these two images. So I will provide a link for these two images and click on open, click on OK, select stretch mode, and here you can see this. Now we have this. If you want it a little bit large in size, so you can set that too, like this. Okay. After this, what we need is we need two labels and two text boxes. First, I'm going to drag few labels. So drag and drop it. I need two, so just copy and paste it 2 times. And after that, what we need is we need text box. So search for text box, and here you can see this, we have something extra in my system, that is Guna2 text box. From where this comes? Actually, I have added one DLL file into my toolbox, and this gives me some extra tools inside this one. Here you can see this with the name Guna. I'll find all these in that DLL. So I'm going to provide this DLL file in my description. You can go and download it from there, and I'm also going to put one video description in which I have shown how to add that DLL file into this toolbox. So go and watch that first and add this DLL file into your toolbox, and after that you can start coding with me. Okay, so now I'm going to use this Guna 2 text box. Just drag and drop it. Okay, so it's taking a little bit of time. Close this. Okay, so I have not purchased that. That doesn't make any sense. We are a free user using open source. Okay, so now we have these two text boxes in place, and after that we need one button. So let me copy one button. So I need Guna 2 button. So just drag and drop it over here. And after this we need one link label. So whatever we need, we have these all right now. After this, what we have to do is we have to just make a little bit modification with this. So first thing, change the text for this one. Change this one to username. Change the second label to password. And what we have to do is we have to actually change the fore color for these two labels. So I have selected both by pressing the Ctrl key, and custom and white. And after this, what I have to do is we have to actually set the font for these. So just click on this, search for font, click on that small dot, and I'm going to search for, okay, so let me see what font actually I have used. So click on this, Comic Sans. I have used Comic Sans of size 12. So cancel, move back over here, Comic Sans, this one regular and size is 12, and hit OK. Yeah, this is looking better. Let me move these a little bit upside. Okay, after this, here you can see this, now this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to remove the border from these two text box from the 3 side. Okay, that doesn't make any difference because we are using these in a gray color type form, so that's why. Okay, so next thing what we have to do is we have to actually change few properties of these button. Okay, so let me copy the color code for this button now. copied. And after this, what I have to do is, let me move back over here, just click on this, fill color, change this. After this, change few more properties. With the Guna 2 button, you will find something more. Like, let me show you, border radius. Here you can set this, 26. If I set 26, here you can see this. Now the corners are circular in shape and that's looking better. Okay, after this, what we have to do is we have to change this border style from solid to dash. Okay, that will be not visible much because we have a different type of background color. Okay, so let me change the text for now. So login, hit enter, and after this, what we have to do is we have to increase the font. Click on this, bold, and I'm going to select 11 or select 12. Okay, that's looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually set a few more properties of these labels and buttons as well. So what I want is when I click on this button, the things needs to be changed. So how to do that? So let me just copy this and move back to check the state, and here you can find this. What I want is whenever we click on this, I want the color needs to be filled is white. Select white. Okay, sorry. And after this, what we have to do is we have to actually make one more changes, that is for color. For color needs to be of this color combination. It means that when I click on this, the fill color needs to be of white color and the text written inside this needs to be with this color combination, that is 0,118,221. Okay, so let me start this and let me show you if this works or not. Here you can see this. Okay, so this one is not working. Let me explain you why. Because we haven't changed one property of the button. Let me show you. Let me minimize this first. Click on this and button. Search for that. Button mode. Here you can see this. Change this one from default to toggle button or radio button, I guess. Yeah. When you start this, and when you click on this, here you can see this. Yeah, you can see the difference. When you click on this, the color change. Yeah, this works. If you want that for the first time when you click, the color change, and when you again click, the color change to the previous one, then how to do that? For that, you have to select one stop. Just click on this and you have to change this from radio button to toggle button and save this. And now I'm going to start this and you will find that when I click on this, yeah, color changes. When I again click on this, this is back. Okay, so this one is working fine. And here you can see this. Yeah, we have small stuff which we have to change. First thing what we have to do is we have to actually increase the font size for these text box. And what we have to do next is that we have to change the font color. This one is gray and this is not visible clearly. And third thing what we have to do is we have to change this one to in the star format. That will look much more good. Okay, so first thing I'm going to change the color for this one. Increase the font size first. So let me search for font. Just click on this, right click and go to properties and search for font. Click on this, select 11 or 12. 11, yeah, 11 is good. Okay, so the size is increased now, so let me copy the size of this one and click on this. If this happens, you have to do the same. 244,36. Yeah, and now place this on the proper position. After this, click on this, go to properties, search for font, click on this and select 11. Hit OK. Yeah, the size is changed too. So move back over here, right click and go to properties, and you have already copied the size of this one. So go to size and paste it. Yeah, this moves to the normal. After this, what we have to do is we have to change the font of the text for these two text boxes. For that, just select both of these by pressing the Ctrl key and go to the for color. Here you can see this. Click on this, select black. Whatever you write inside this will be now in the black color. So let's start and try that. Here you can observe this is on the left side of the screen. I want this on the center of the screen. So I will do that now. You can see this now. This one is looking better. So we still remain with the two properties. We have to change that. First thing, I want to appear this in the center of the screen. So for that, right click, go to properties, select the start position, click on this, center the screen, and save this. And whenever you start this, this will be in the center of the screen. And here you can see this. Yeah, this looks nice. After this, what we have to do is we have to change the password char for this text box. Right click and go to properties, search for password char inside this one, and you have to just enter star and hit enter. Now start this, and you will see whatever you write inside the second one will be in the star format. Yeah, this one is looking better than before. You can also set placeholder text for this one. So here you can see this placeholder text. Just write something, whatever you want, like enter user name. Here you can see this. This one is visible inside this. Click on this. Enter password. Yeah, this one is looking better. Now what we remain with that, we remain with this label. We have to change the label. So first thing, I'm going to change the text for this from label link label 1 to continue as guest. And after this, what we have to do is, first thing, I want to change the color for this one. So link color, I want this one to be green. Yeah, this one is visible. And after this, what we have to do is we have to increase the font size for this. So click on this. I'm going to increase to 14. Yeah, this one is looking better. And I'm going to increase the button size too. Yeah, this one looks better. Exactly. Let me decrease the size. It's 14 is quite large. Let me change this one to 12. Yeah, this one is better. Okay. And after this, what we have to do is, when I click on this, I want to change the colors. So let me do that. Check the state or search for that. So let me first start this and see what happens when I click on this. Color changes or not. Yeah, this one is changing to red. Yeah, that will be fine. Yeah, that's looking nice. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one rectangular shaper in this. Here you can observe in this one we have one rectangular shaper over here. So I'm going to add that. Just move back over here and just add rectangular shaper. Just drag and drop it over here. And what we have to do is just click on this, and first thing, here you can observe this one is not visible, so I'm going to set the color code first. So fill color, change this one. No, actually for color. Search for color. I guess fill color is right. Okay. This one is that doesn't change it. What we have to do is we have to change the back color, border color. Let me change this one, border color. Yeah, when you change the border color, the color changes. So what we have to do is 0,118, something. I've actually forgot the color code. Cancel this and move back over here. Just click on this and let me copy the color code. 118,225. Copy this. Move back over here. Yeah, here you can see this. Now the color is changed. First thing what we have to do is we have to increase the width of this. So I'm going to select 3, and after this we have to just do the stuff like this. Place and increase the size of this one. And here you can see this. Yeah, this one is working or looking nice. Let me start this and let's see how this one actually looks. Yeah, this one is look exactly what I have shown in my complete project. Yeah, and let's see if this works or not. This one is working fine and looking nice. So that's it for this video, guys. In the next video I'm going to show you how to design the dashboard and how to connect the login page with the dashboard. So thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and please share with your friends. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have already shown you how to design this login page. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description. There I have put the link for my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to design the dashboard. Let me show you that, and how to connect the login page with the dashboard. Okay, so my password is btechdays and my password is pass. So let me log in, and here you can see this. I'm going to show you how to design this and how this login page is working with my dashboard, and when I click on logout, we move back to the login page. I'm going to show you this. Let me stop this and move back on our project on which we are working. We are working on cafe management video, so this one. So here you can see this. Now let me start this, and here you can see this. We have already created this login page, and when I click on this, nothing happens. So what we have to do is we have to add the dashboard first. So for that, what we have to do is we have to just right click on this and click on add, and we have to add Windows form. Just click on that, and I'm going to name this one dashboard, and click on add, and this will add a new form. First thing what we have to do is right click on this, go to properties, and after this what we have to do is we have to actually search for border control. We search for form border style. Change this one from sizeable to none, and after this what we have to do is we have to actually copy the size of this from the complete project. So move back over here, and here we have this form 1 design. So click on this, and let me copy the size of this one. So copy this, move back over here, right click, go to properties, and let me set the size, hit enter. Yeah, this one is nice. Yeah. After this what we have to do is we have to place 2 panel over this. So I'm going to place that. So search for toolbox, panel, just drag and drop it. I need 2, so copy and paste it once again because I need 2. Let me copy the size of the first panel from this one, our complete project. So click on the empty space and let me copy the size of this one. So 200, 540, 14. So right click and go to properties, paste it and hit enter. And after this what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change the back color for this, so that I can see the difference clearly, like this. And in the same way we have to set the size for this one too. So I'm going to set this one to manually. So 781, 514, hit enter. Yeah, here you can see this fill this form. Okay, so I'm going to keep close this both of these panels. So here you can see this. Now we have this closer to each other, and after this what we have to do is actually I'm going to change the color of this panel too. Actually form, that form, I'm going to change the color of that form. So change the form of that. So search for back color, and I'm going to select this one, red, and right click and go to properties, change this one to gray. Okay, so here you can see this, we have space in between, that's why I'm visible, the color is visible. So that's why I'm moving this one a little bit on the left side, and here you can see this, now this fits properly. And let me see on all the side. Here you can see this, we have to move these stuff a little bit upside so that it fits inside the screen or form. Yeah, this now fits. The same way we have to do for this one. And here you can observe we have the red color visible now. So we can move this one a little bit upside too. Yeah, we have to check on the same on the right side. Yeah, right side is also the color is visible. After this what we have to do is we have to actually change the color of this one to 0, 118, 225, or yeah, 225 actually. After this what I have to do is I have to also change this color of this panel too, but I'm going to do that later. First I'm going to add buttons. So search for button. I'm going to use this Guna 2 button. So I have already explain you that from where these Guna 2 is coming in my toolbox. If you don't find this, just watch my previous video. Okay, so I'm going to just drag and drop it over here, right click and go to properties, and first button is nothing but, let me change the text for this one now. Okay, so first button is place order, hit enter. I'm going to actually copy the size of this one from this complete project, so click on this, and size is 202,41. So move back over here, right click and go to properties. You have to find size and you have to manually write 202,41 like this, and here you have to place this button like this, and here you can see this. After this, what you have to do is just right click and go to properties, and you have to set the color 0,A118,225 and hit enter. And after this, you have to change one more property of this button. So what is that? You have to change border radius, border style, border radius, okay, border radius, and change this one to 40. Yeah, this looks better, or 15, I guess. Yeah, 15 is better. After this, what we have to do is we have to add actually 4 buttons. So I'm going to copy this and paste it once again and place it like this, paste and place like this, paste and place like this. And after this, what I have to do is we have to actually set the text for all these buttons. So first button is place order, and second one is add items, third one is update items, and fourth one is remove items. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually increase the font size of these texts of these buttons so that it can be visible clearly. So bold and 11, that's look better. Bold and 11 for all of these. By pressing the Ctrl key, I've selected all. Select bold and 11 and hit OK. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one more button to exit this application. So I'm going to drag one button. So I'm using the normal button. Yeah, let me use that Guna circular circle button. I'm going to use this one. So here you can observe this one is quite large, so I'm going to make this one small and the left corner, and I'm going to change the text. Just change this one to capital X and hit enter. And I'm going to increase the font of this bold, and I'm going to change this one to 16. Okay, I'm going to decrease this size like this. Yeah. Okay, so let me decrease the size of this one to 14. Oh, that looks better. Now we have this exit button. So I'm going to change the design name for this. So PDN exit. And when you double click on this, it will generate a click event. And what we have to write is application dot exit, and this will close the application. Okay, just save it and move back over here. And here now what we have to do is we have to change the color of all these to this one. So right click and go to properties, and what we have to do is just change the back color to 0,118,225 and hit enter. Okay, so before that what we have to do is we have to actually change few properties of these buttons. So just select all of these, and after this you have to search for checked state. Click on this, and here you have to change one property, that is fill color. What color you want when you click on this button. So what I want is when I click on this, the back color, the fill color needs to be of white, and the text written inside this needs to be of this color. So I'm going to change this one to white. So select this and click on white, and for color click on this, sorry, not click on this, 0,118,225 and hit enter. And after this we have to change one more thing, that is button mode. Click on this and click on this, and you have to select this radio button. Now what happened is when you click one, the the other button will become normal. When you select this one will become normal. Okay, now all the stuff is ready. Now what we have to do is we have to change the color of these. So change this one, fill color to 0, 118, 225, and in the same way we have to change for this one too. So 0, 118, 225. Okay, I want this one to be of white color. Okay, so I'm changing this one to white. And after this, what we have to do is we have to actually add one guna to ellipse. Just drag and drop it over here. And what we have to do is just click on this, change this one to 30, and target control, select this one to dashboard. When you select this, here you can see this. Now the corner of this dashboard is now cut. Here you can see this. Now let me just press the Ctrl Z key, and here you can see this. You have complete edgy corner, and you want curve, then you have to select this dashboard, and here you can see this. We have it. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one more guna to ellipse. So I'm going to drag and drop it over here once again, and just click on this, select 30. And after this, what we have to do is we have to select the target, and I'm going to use the target panel too. Now you can see this. Now the corner is edged, and this one is looking better. And after this, what we have to do is we have to actually connect this one with the login page. Okay, so I'm going to connect this with the login page. So how to do that? For that, let me move back to the dashboard, because we are on the dashboard. So form 1, this one. Okay, so let me change the text for this one. So let me search for that. So form 1. Okay, so click on this and search for text, and here you can see this. Let me change this one to login. And okay, that doesn't make any sense because we have removed the form border. Okay, on that this name is visible. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these code for this login and this label. Okay, so for that, right click on this and go to properties, and first we have to change the design name for these two text boxes. This one is txt user name, and this one too, txt password. Change this name of this button to btn login, and this one too, continue, or btn guest. Okay, so first thing what I want is when I click on this, we move to the dashboard, and only one button needs to be visible, that is login button. So let me show you in the complete project. Let me start this. Now you can see this. When I click on this, we move to the dashboard and we have only one button. For now I need this. Okay, so let me start with that. Okay, move back to our project on which we are working on. We are working on this. So just double click on this, and this will generate a click event. So just double click on this, and after this, btn guest link clicked. We have generated this. After this, what we have to do is we have to create an object of the dashboard. So we have to mention dashboard, ds is equal to new dashboard. This dashboard is actually name of this one. Okay, so if you name something else while you're creating a new form, so you have to mention that name over here. And after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass some text inside this, nothing but guest. This will show error for now. I will explain you why it's showing an error. So ds.show, and when this form loads, the dashboard loads, what I want is to hide the login page. For that, you have to write this dot hide. Here you can see this, it's showing an error. Why it's showing an error? Because when we move back to the dashboard and when we move to the coding part of this dashboard, so let me just double click on this and we move to the dashboard. Here you can see this, we have only one constructor with the name public dashboard, and it doesn't accept any argument in this. So what we have to do is we have to actually make an constructor which accept one argument. So I'm going to copy this and going to paste it, and I'm going to accept one argument string user, naming this one user. When I write this and save this, move back over here, you can see this now the error has been resolved. And what I want is when this user is passed, I'm going to check inside this one if user is equal to guest, whatever we passed. You have to just copy this, move back to the here, you have to paste it over here like the same. Because we are passing guest, when we are clicking on this, then we have guest inside this user. This will actually keep the argument which we have passed. Okay, so now what I want is when this pass, I want to hide these buttons. I want to only show this button. So first thing, I'm going to change the name of design name of this. So we change this one to btn place order, this one to btn add items, btn add items, this one to btn update, this one to btn remove. Okay, so now what I want is when this loads with the guest, I want to hide all the remaining buttons, these three. So how to do that? Here I'm going to check that if user, it means that whenever we click on the login, what is going to be passed inside this is guest. And when this guest matches a if condition, I want to hide the btn add items dot hide. I want this btn update dot hide. I want this, and btn remove dot hide. I need this stuff. Okay, so let me start this and let's see if this works or not. So here you can see this. I'm going to click on this, and here you can see this. We have only one button. When I click on this, the color is also changed, and this close button is also working. But we missed one stuff. What is that? That is nothing but logout button. Here we have missed that. Okay, so I'm going to add that logout button now. So move back over here, go down over here, just drag one label, or I'm going to use a link label. Just click on this. Yeah, just click on this. Log out, and we have to change the color. So link color needs to be white, and we need to increase the font of this one. Click on this, 12, and bold as well. Okay, so not bold, I want regular oblique. Yeah, this one looks better. And what I want to do is when I click on this, we move to the login page. So let me change the design name of this one to btn log out, and just double click on this, and this will generate a click event. So we have to move to the login page. For that, we have to name this one form. We have to create an object. So form 1 is the name of that login page. So form 1 fm is equal to new form 1 fm dot show. First thing what I want is I want to hide this. So this dot hide and fm dot show. It's this dot hide means that the dashboard needs to be hidden, and then I want to show the login page. So let me start this and let's see if this works or not. Continue as guest, and when I click on this, yeah, this works. Okay, so that is fine. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually code for login button. When I want to log in with the username and password, then everything needs to be visible. For that, we have to code on the login button click. So just double click on this, and this will generate a click event for the btn login. And here what we have to do is we have to actually extract the text from that and check that if I'm going to hard code it the username and password for this. You can use the database for that. I've already made video earlier, so if you have not watched that and if you want to see that, you can directly comment or search in my YouTube channel. And if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. So first text box name is txt username dot text is equal to, I'm going to set this one btechdays, and txt password dot text is equal to pass. Whenever user enter this, user can log in. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to load that form. So dashboard ds is equal to new dashboard, and in this I'm not going to pass guest, I'm going to pass admin, and ds dot show, and this dot hide. Now the coding part of here is done. Now where we have to code? We have to code on this dashboard constructor. Here in the else condition, or you can use else if this, if user is equal to admin, then I want to show everything. So btn add items dot show. btn update dot show. btn remove dot show. I guess you have one question in mind. What is that? Whenever we log in and we don't write these line of code, then what will happen? Everything will be visible or not? Yes, that will be visible. Okay, so let me start this. I have commented those line and I'm going to log in with the username and password and just log in, and here you can see this everything is visible. Then why I have written those line which I have commented? What is the need of these? Okay, so I'm going to explain you that. Suppose if you log in, log out, and if you click on this log continue as guest, and here you can see this everything is hidden. Yeah, you think yeah everything is working fine. What happened will, when you again log out and again try to log in, you will see a difference. Login. Okay, so this one is working. Okay, so I have used this Guna to ellipse, that's why it's working. Otherwise these stuff needs to be hidden, because when we log in as guest, we have hidden these, but we have not shown it when we click on this. Okay, so let me uncomment this for now. Okay, so sometimes this works and sometimes it's not, so why to take risk? So that's why you have to add these line of code. Okay, so this one is working fine, and you can observe when I started that, every time this dashboard is actually moving in left and right. So I'm going to fix this in the center of the screen. Change the start position, right click and go to properties, change the start position to center screen and save this. And when you start this, and log in, yeah, this is in the center of the screen. Okay, so one thing is still missing. What is that? What I want is, when this login, I want to see a welcome screen. So for that you have to add one user control. So right click and go to click on add, and first thing I'm going to add one folder. So I'm going to new folder, and I'm going to name this one all user control, and inside this I'm going to add one user control. Click on add new item user control, and I'm going to name this one qc underscore welcome, and now new user control is added. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually, let me move back to the complete project and let me copy the size of this welcome. So click on this and move back over here. Let me copy the size of this one and right click and go to properties and search for font, sorry, font, not font, right click and go to properties and search for size. Here you can find this V781, 514. So hit enter. Yeah. After this, what you have to do is you have to change the back color. Change this one. Click on this custom and white. And after this, what we have to do is we have to add one picture box. So I'm going to add one picture box. Just drag and drop it over here. I'm going to add one image from my local computer. You can download that image from the description of this video. So I'm going to use this. So login. Click on OK. Select this one to stretch image, and after this what we have to do is we have to set the size of this image. So I need this much large. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this what we have to do is we have to add few labels. I'm going to add one label. Just drag and drop it over here. Right click, go to properties. Change this one to welcome to btechdays cafe. So I'm going to increase the font letter. First thing, I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to set the text for this one to btechdays cafe. Yeah, Skage. Okay, so I have to change this one to cafe. Yeah, that's nice. After this, I'm going to copy the size of this, actually font of this one, and copy font and size is bold and 36. So I'm going to do that. Right click, go to properties, and you have to search for font that is Century Gothic, bold and 36 sizes. Click on OK. Yeah, this one is looking better. Just click on this and increase the size of this one too. Bold. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is when this form load, we have to actually code that this btechdays needs to be moving from left to right by changing the color. So how to do that, I'm going to show you that. For that, first thing what we have to do is we have to add one timer in this. So timer, just drag and drop it over here. And after this, what we have to do is with the timer, we have to first enable this false, make this one true, and make this interval 1000 and hit enter. After this, what you have to do is you have to just double click on this to generate a tick event for this timer. So just double click on this. Let me change this label name. This label name is label 2. So label banner. I'm going to change this one to label banner. And after this, just double click on this and this will generate a timer 1 tick event. After this, what we have to do is we have to first take one variable over here. So I'm going to take int num is equal to 0. I'm going to explain why I have taken this num. And here, if num is equal to 0, then what I have to do is we have to actually change the color of that. So first I'm going to set the location of that label, and after that I'm going to change that. So label banner dot location, I'm going to set that location to new point. And which point you have to actually set this point is a coordinate, so you have to just place, if you want this one over here, so you have to search, copy the coordinate from here. So location 44,383. So I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the coordinates from my complete project. So I'm going to use that 94,367 and hit enter. Okay, sorry, not hit enter. After this, label banner dot color dot for color is equal to color dot orange. And after this, I'm going to increase the num. Okay. Second thing, else if num is equal to 1, it means that whenever this timer goes tick, and it will go into the first condition, that is because this one is 0, this will do these two stuff, and after this increment the value of num to 1 and hit this condition will satisfy. And in this, what we have to do is we have to write label banner dot location equals new point, and in this we have to mention 166, 367 label banner dot for color is equal to color dot. You have to set green. You can set other color if you like, num plus plus. And last is else if num is equal to 2. What I want is label banner dot location is equal to new point 268, 367. Label banner dot for color is equal to color dot royal blue. And finally what we have to do is we have to actually change this num to 0, not plus plus this time. When you make this one 0, it will move back over here and this will go into the infinity loop and this will work fine. And now we have coded, but this will not work because we haven't started the timer yet. So when to start this timer? When this user control load, I want to start that timer. Just double click on this and this will generate a load event and we have to start the timer. So timer 1 dot start. When you write this will get started. Then this forms load. Now we remain with one stuff, that is we have to connect this, we have to put this into the dashboard. So for that we need Guna 2 ellipse. So for that just drag and drop it over here. Just click on this, change this one to 30. Target control, change this one to UC welcome. Just copy this and move back to the dashboard. Move back over here, just click on this, change this target control to panel 2. Save this. And what you have to do is you can't find that control over here. So for that what you have to do is you have to just start this and stop this. Now when you open the toolbox you will find UC welcome over here. Okay, so just drag and drop it over here and place this on the proper position like this, and you can see that this is moving. And now when you start this and log in, and here you can see this one works fine, and this one btechdays is also moving. Okay, so everything is working. Let me show you that. Yeah, everything is working. So that's it for this video, guys. In the next video I'm going to show you how to design this add item button and how to backend code for that. So I'm missing this place order because when we have some item inside the database, then only we can fetch that items and add that. Okay, then we can only place the order. So that's why I'm going to first design this one, and after that I'm going to design this one. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like and enjoyed this. So please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video I have already shown you how to design this dashboard and how to design this welcome user control, and also shown you how to connect the login page with the dashboard. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to the description, there I put the link to my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. So in this video I'm going to show you how to design for this add item. Okay, so in previous video I've already explained you why I'm not designing this place order for now. I'm going to design this first, and after that I'm going to design for this one. Okay, so let's start with that. Let me close this. This we are working. So first thing what we have to do is we have to actually add one user control. For that, go to Solution Explorer, right click on the folder that we have already created, that is all user control. Right click on this, add, select new item, select user control and give the name whatever you want. I'm going to name this one UC_add items and hit enter. Now new user control is added. After this what we have to do is we have to actually set the size for this one. So let me copy the size of this one from our complete project. So I'm going to move back over here, right click on this, go to properties, let me copy the size of this one, 781, 514. So move back over here, right click, go to properties and set the size, hit enter. Let me maximize this a little bit and and stretch this to. And what next we have to do is we have to actually change the back color for this one. Change this one to white. Select this, click on this, custom and white. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one label. Just drag and drop it. After this, I'm going to change the text for this one to new item, or let me change this one to add new item. After this, we need few more labels, so let me copy and paste. We need 3 labels, 2 text boxes and 1 combo box, and we need 1 button. So button, just I'm going to use this Guna 2 button. Just drag and drop it over here. And we need text boxes and combo box. So first I need a combo box, so I'm going to use this Guna 2 combo box. Just drag and drop it. And after this, I need a text box. I'm going to use this Guna 2. So copy and paste it to replicate. First, I'm going to set the text for these all labels. So click on the first one and change this one to category. Second one to item name. Third one to price. After this, what we have to do is we have to set these labels font. So select all these by pressing the Ctrl key, and let me copy the font from the complete project. Just click on this. Font is, let me select, click on this. Comic Sans MS regular and size 14. So move back over here, just search for font by selecting all, and you have to search for Comic Sans and size is 14. Hit OK. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually increase the size of this one so that it look different a little bit. 16. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to place these all on the proper position, and at the same time we have to adjust the font size as well. So let me increase the size of these all. Select all these. Select for font, search for font, click on this. Yeah, 14 actually. Okay, so size has been increased. I have pressed the Ctrl Z and that's reverted the stuff. So I'm going to move back this one over here, and you can see this one is quite large. So I'm going to minimize this and select one, and after that we have to increase the font of this to 11 or 12 and select this one. Change the font one by one, 12. Change, select this one and click this one too. 12. Yeah, this one is looking nice now. And next thing what we have to do is we have to copy the size of this one, and we have to set for this one too. Hit enter. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to change the fog color for these all. So select all by pressing the Ctrl key and search for fog color. So here we have, just click on this and select the black and save this. It means that whenever we write something inside these, the color will be now in the black. Okay, so after this, what we have to do is we have to set this button. So right click, go to properties, and after this change the text to add item. After this, what we have to do is we have to set the color. So change this one to 0, 118, 225. Hit enter. Change the border radius. So search for that border radius to 26, or you can set 21. Yeah, this one is looking better. And we have to increase the font of this one. Search for font, click on this. Bold 12. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually, okay, let me make these all a little bit much more larger so that these look nice. And after this, what we have to do is we have to remove the border from the 3 sides. I want this underline. Okay, in the complete project you can see this, we have only underlines, not the three sides. Okay, so how to do that? For that you have to just select all these and you have to search for one property, that is style. Change this one to default to material, and when you do that you can find the three side is already removed. After this, what we have to do is we have to add the items into these combo box, this combo box. Just click on this, click on this, and move back over here. And let me copy the items from here. Move back over here. You can add other items. I've added cake, soft drinks, South Indian thali. You can add Chinese and whatever you want. Okay, or Indian, and hit OK. And now the items are added into this combo box. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually change the design name of all these combo boxes and buttons as well. So click on this and change the design name. So txt category, hit enter. Change this one to txt item name, this one to txt price, and this one to txt button. Sorry, btn add item. And we still left with one stuff that is nothing but a rectangular shaper. Just drag and drop it over here. Click on this, and what we have to do is we have to set the color for this one. So fill color, change this one to, not this one actually, yeah. Search for border color, just click on this, click custom and select this one. And after this, change the border radius to 3 and change this border width, change this border width to 3 and change this radius to, okay, let me explain you what this radius is. So let me place this one on the proper position like this. Yeah, this one is better. Maximize like this one. So when you set the border radius, it will make this edge curve in place of sharp. So I'm going to change this one to 26 and here you see this. Now you can see the difference. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to first create a database to store these all data. For that, I'm going to open the database. For database, I'm using Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio 2012. So first thing you have to write this create database restro. I have named the database restro. You can name this cafe whatever you want, but I'm going to name this restro. Okay, so you have to take special care if you change the name, because I'm going to put all this project by name restro. Okay, so first you have to execute this. Just pause the video, write this into your database and execute this. After execution, you have to click on this refresh, and the refresh will take few seconds. And after this, what you have to do is, okay, so let me just complete the refresh first. Refresh is completed. After this, you have to select restro from here. By default, this one is, let me show you which is selected, master. By default, master is selected. You have to select search for restro and select that. And after that, you have to execute this query. Create table items. Items is a table name, and IID is the column name for the primary key in this table. And this IID is of int type identity 1,1. It means that whenever you insert a new row, this primary key is automatically incremented by 1. And this is a primary key, that's why we have mentioned it over here. Next column is name. It's the varchar type and size is 250, and it's a not null. We have used this constraint. You can't leave this blank. Category varchar 250 not null. Price begin not null. Okay, so you have to just execute this one, and you will find a table like this. After executing this, execute this, and if you find these column name, empty column name, then That is working fine, man. So let's start with that. Let me move back to the coding part. Okay, so here we have. So first thing, after this, what we have to do is we have to actually create one class. So for that, just go to Solution Explorer, right click on this, click on Add, and click on Class. And I'm going to name this class function and click on Add or Enter. So now here you can see this. Now we have added one class with the name function. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually create few methods inside this. So first I'm going to create a method to get a connection with the database. So I'm going to name this one. I'm going to create this method protected so that this can be used inside this class only. I'm going to name this one SQL connection. Why I have written this SQL connection? Because this method is going to return a SQL connection object. Just click on this, and this one is showing error because I haven't imported this library that is using system.data.SQL line. Now I'm going to click on this, and here you can see this one is automatically added. Now the error has been resolved. After this, we have to write the method name. So I'm going to name this method get connection. Okay. Inside this method, what we have to do is we have to create a SQL connection object first. This one is showing error because we have written that return type is SQL connection. Okay, return type is SQL connection, but we haven't returned anything yet. Okay, so this error will automatically resolve. Let me just follow the code what I'm writing. So SQL connection con is equal to new SQL connection. Now we have created object of the SQL connection type. After this, we are going to pass the connection string, and in this we have to mention data source is equal to, and you have to copy the data source from here. Just click on this, copy this, cancel, move back over here and paste it, and you have to add one more forward slash over here, otherwise it will show an error. So data source is this, and after this you have to mention database name. So database, and my database name is nothing but Restro, RESTRO, so I'm going to mention that. And after this you have to write integrated security is equal to true, and make sure your T is capital. Yeah, sorry, I have written this extra R over here. Make sure you write everything. You check everything whatever you write. Database, every single spelling mistake counts an error. Okay. And after this, now our connection is ready. So I'm going to return this connection. So return what? I'm going to return this connection object, CON. Now here you can see this, our error has been resolved. Now our connection is ready. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write two methods. First, to actually insert the data into the database. Actually, first method is going to actually fetch, insert, update, and delete. All these type of query will going to be fired on the database. And second method, I'm going to write to actually fetch the data from the database. So first I'm going to write the method to fetch the data. So public, and this method is going to return a data set object with the filled data inside this one. So data set okay, so we have to write like this, data set. Okay, this is not visible because we have not imported the library whatever you want. Just click on this and you have to mention using system.data. Just click on this and this will be added over here, and here you can see this. Now we can use this. This method is going to return a data set object filled with the data inside that after firing the query. So I'm going to name this method get data, and inside this is going to accept one argument of a string type, and I'm going to name this one query. After this, what we have to do is we have to make SQL connection. So I have to write SQL connection and is equal to, we don't have to make any SQL connection, we have to just create an object of that. So from where we get the object, we are going to, when we call this method is going to return a SQL connection object. So I'm going to call that method. So get connection, and this will return an object. Yeah, this will work fine. And after this, what we have to do is we have to write SQL command. CMD is equal to new SQL command. After this, we have to write cmd.connection, and we have to pass the connection, that is con. And after this, we have to write the command text, that is which query you want to execute. So either you can write a query like this is hard coded, like select star from some table, like this query. Okay, so I'm not going to hard code it this, I'm going to make this one non-static. So I'm going to pass this query. So whenever we call this method, one argument query is going to be passed, and I'm going to execute this over here. After this command text, what we have to do is we have to write SQL data adapter to store some data that is going to be stored with the SQL data adapter and data set. So DA is equal to new SQL data adapter, and inside this we have to pass the command object, and finally we have to create an object of data set. DS is equal to new data set. And after this, we have to fill the da.fill, and what we have to fill is ds, data set. Now everything is ready. Now what we have to do is just return this data set object, ds. Now whenever we call this method after passing a query, this is going to return a data set object after firing that query into the database. Okay, and we can show that or use that data anywhere. So first method is ready to actually fetch the data. In this video, I'm not going to use this to fetch the data. The next video or further video, I'm going to use this one. After this, I'm going to write one more method to actually insert the data. So this method is not going to return anything because we have to just insert that. Okay, so public void, and we have to write set data. I'm going to name this method string query. And after this, we have to write some of the similar stuff. So first thing I need connection. So I'm going to get that connection from the get connection method. After this, SQL command, cmd is equal to new SQL command. cmd.connection is equal to connection con. We have to pass the connection object, and after this we have to just open the connection. So con.open. After this we have to pass the text, that is query. Command text is equal to query, and after this we have to just execute the query. cmd.execute no query, and finally con.close. We have to close the connection. And after the execution of all this stuff, I need a message that the task is done. So for that we have to write message box. So this one is not visible. Let me show you why. Because we haven't used this method, sorry, library, Windows form. When you click on this, yeah, this one is, now we can use this dot show. And after this, I'm going to, what message I'm going to show to the user is data processed successfully. Okay, I'm going to show this message, and this message box name is success, and this message box need have some button, so I'm going to give one button. Message box icon needs to be information. Now this method is done. Okay, So we need these three methods. I'm going to use these two. We don't need this because we have already created a connection for the one time and we have to just do that. I'm going to use those two methods. Now what we have to do is we have to just move to this one. And as you can, I have already told you that I have changed the design name of all this stuff. So next thing what I have to do is I have to connect this with the database, and we have to connect this one with the dashboard too. So first I'm going to connect this with the dashboard, and after that I'm going to code for this add item button. So for that I'm going to use Guna2 ellipse, just drag and drop it, click on this, change this one to 30, hit enter, target control, change this one to UC add items, just save it, copy this, move back to the dashboard, paste it over here, just click on this, select this one and select panel 2, save it, start it to load that user control into the toolbox. Just start and close it. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to stop this, move back to the toolbox, and here you can see this UC add item, just drag and drop it over here. Yeah, we have placed this and we have to connect this with this button. Just double click on this, and what I have to do is we have to just make this one btn, sorry, not btn, UC underscore add items dot visible is equal to true, and UC add underscore dot bring to front. I want this. Okay, so you must be worried about that. I haven't made this UC add item invisible. So why I'm doing this? I'm going to do that right now. When this form loads, I want to hide all the user control except the welcome user control. So just double click on this dashboard load. I'm going to hide that. UC add item dot visible is equal to false. Now start this and let's see if that works or not. Login, click on this. Yeah, this one is working and we have these cake, thali, soft drink, everything. Yeah, this one is working. So next thing what we have to do is we have to actually code for this add item. So now I'm going to do that. Just click on this, just double click on this to generate a click event for this button. Just double click on this, and after this what we have to do is we have to write the query. First thing, we have to create a connection, create object of that function class which we have created. So function fn is equal to new function. After this I'm going to create a variable string type and I'm going to name this one query. On the button click, I'm going to write a query first. So query is equal to this. So first thing what we have to do is insert into table name. So my table name is items. Let me show you in my database. Move back over here. Here you can see this is items. And let me copy this. These are the names. First column name, that is names. Second column name, that is category. And third one is price. So I have copied these. Follow the same sequence. Don't try to change these. Move back over here. And after items, you have to just put a bracket. And inside this, you have to place like this. And after this, you have to mention values. And after this, what we have to do is we have to just put another bracket. And inside this, we have to mention one column, then double, then two plus sign, then double, and then single. Because that's why the string type is concatenated with the string. Okay, so in the txt category, first thing is txt name actually. So txt name item name dot text. After this, what we have is we have txt category. So single, double, plus plus, double quotes, single quotes. Txt category dot text. From these are actually the text box name which we have changed earlier. So let me show you that. Txt category, txt name, and this one is txt price. Okay. So price is in big int type. That's why we don't need to actually put double quotes when we are inserting the price. This we have to use double quotes. We don't have to use the single quotes. Plus plus and double quotes. Inside this we have to mention txt price dot text. Just pause the video and write this line. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually call the method, that is function dot set data, because set data is used to insert the data into the database. So query, and after this what I want is whenever the insertion is successful, I want to clear all these text boxes. So for that I'm going to write a method to clear all the text boxes. So public void clear all, I'm going to name this method clear all, txt category dot selected index is equal to -1. This works in the case of a combo box. And txt item name dot clear txt price dot clear. I want this. Okay, now that error is resolved. What we have to do is we have to, when this button add item is clicked, and after the insertion of these, I want to remove all the data from these text boxes. Okay, so for that I'm going to call this method and now save it. And now let's start this. Let me log in. You can see this when I click on this. Yeah, this works. So Indian is now I have added. So item name Indian is something rice and curry, and price is 90, and add item data process successfully. And when I click on OK, here you can see this all items have been removed. One more thing what I want is whenever I write something and when I leave this user control, then I also want to clear these text boxes. So how to do that? For that, what we have to do is we have to just move back to this user control, add item, click on this, right click and go to properties, select this event, and you have to just click on this leave. Just double click on this. This will generate a UC add item leave event, and you have to call the method clear all over here. That's it. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. Login. Yeah, here you can see this when I click on this place order, we left this user control and all items is clear now. Okay, so this one is working fine. So that's it for this video, guys. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to design for the place order and how to backend code for that. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe and hit the bell icon, and please like this video and share. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have already shown you how to design this add new item user control and how to backend code for this, and how to create the database and which query you have to fire to create a table. So if you have not watched my previous video, just go to the description there. I put the link for my previous video, or simply you can do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to design this user control, that is place order, and how to design each of these stuff in detail. Okay, so let's start with that. First, I'm going to close this application and move back to our project on which we are working. We are working on cafe management video, so I'm going to open that, and here we go. First thing what we have to do is we have to, let me just close these stuff for now because we don't need these right now. So I'm closing these all. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so first thing what I need is we have to actually add one user control. So for that, just right click on this, all user control, and click on add and select new item. After this, click on user control, and after this you have to set a name for this. I'm going to set this one UC underscore place order and hit enter. user control will be added. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually copy the size of this user control from our previous user control, that is nothing but add items. So just click on the empty space and just go to properties, copy the size 781 514, right click, go to properties, set the size, hit enter. I'm going to make this one maximize, and after this what we have to do is we have to actually set the color for this one. Back color, I'm going to change that one to white. So back color, click on this and select this custom, click on white, and here you can see this. After this, what I have to do is first I'm going to set actually connect this one with the dashboard. So let me do that. So right click on this, go to properties, and there first thing we have to do is we have to actually change one property, that is change the font. Okay, so I have clicked on this. Okay, change this one to 11 and hit OK. Okay, sorry, move back. I have pressed the Ctrl Z key to revert it. Okay, first thing what I have to do is I have to add one Guna 2 ellipse. So just drag and drop it over here. Right click and go to properties, and there we have to set the border radius to 30. After this, change this target control to UC place order, save it. After this, what we have to do is just copy this, that is Guna 2 ellipse 1, and move back to dashboard and paste it over here, this one, and select the target control to panel 2 and then save it. After this, we have to just start this one, and we have to just stop this, and you will find that we have this UC place order over here. So we have to just drag this and place this on the proper position. So we have to do that like this. Okay, so now this is placed on the proper position. What we have to do next is we have to just connect this one with place order. So just double click on this, and here we move to the PTN place order, click event, and here what I want is UC underscore place order dot visible is equal to true, and UC place order dot bring to front. I want this for first. Okay, and first thing what I want is when this form load, I want to hide this user control. So you must be worried that from where this UC place order 1 comes from. So in the dashboard, when you add this item by dragging this from the toolbox, you will find that the name is UC place order 1. So we are coding on that. After this, when this form loads, I want to hide that. For that, we have to just move back over here. UC underscore place order dot visible is equal to false. Now start this and let's see if that works or not. So my username is btechdays and password is pass, and just click on this. Yeah, this one is working fine. Okay, so one thing you must be worried about that in our complete project, when I clicked on this, this one comes in a fancy way. I want that. How to do that? Okay, so let me show you how to do that. Okay, for that we have to actually add one toolbox, one item from the toolbox. So I'm going to add that. We have to use Guna to transition. Here you can see this one. Just drag and drop it over here, and here what you have to do is you have to just save this one and move back to the coding part with this place order button. Just double click on this and you are here. First thing what I want is when we click on that place order, I want to send the user control, that is welcome user control, to the back. You see welcome dot send to back. After this, what I want is to how this actually works. With this, you can set the transition animation type. You can set it over here. So you can set anything, whatever you want, horizontal slide, vertical slide, and let me show you how this works. You have to just drag this from the toolbox, paste it over here, change the animation type, whatever you feel like, and after that, you have to mention one line on which button you have to work with that. So that name of that Guna 2 transition is Guna 2 transition 1, and here you have to just mention dot show sync and which user control you want to sync with this transition. You have to just name that user control name. So my user control name is UC place order. I want to sync that. Just save this and let's start and see what happens. Click on this. Here you can see this. It slides over that welcome page. Okay, this one is looking nice, and this will be much more clear when we design stuff over this. So I'm going to design the stuff first. Okay, so let me move back over here on this one. This is the user control on which we are working. So let me start designing with this. First, what we need is we need one label for that. So I'm going to drag one label. Actually, yeah. So I'm going to drag one label. Just drag this and drop it over here. I'm going to set the name for this one to place order. And after this, I need one more label for category to set the category. So just change this one to. After this, I need a combo box. So I'm going to use this Guna2 combo box, drag and drop it over here. And after this, I need one text box. For that, just search for text box, Guna2 text box, and drag and drop it over here, just like this, and make this one small. And after this, I need one list view. List view, here we have this. Just drag and drop it over here. And what we have to do is, let me copy the size of this list view from our complete project. So move back to our complete project. Okay, so we are working on this one. List box. So let me copy the size 143, 310. Copy this. Okay, sorry, we have to actually use this list box, not this list view. Let me delete this list box and drag and drop it over here. Okay, just drag this, right click, go to properties and set the size 143, 310 and hit enter. Yeah, just come in the picture, and this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually set the size of these text boxes too. So let me do that. Select these all text boxes and move back over here, the complete project, and let me copy the size for these text boxes and combo boxes. So the size is 143, 36. So let me copy that. Yeah, and this text box is a little bit small. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually add few more stuff. Let me move this one a little bit lower side. Okay, I have to set this label font for now, so let me do that from here. So which font I have used in this one, let me show you. Color code is 0,118,221 and Comic Sans MS italic and size is 18. Okay, so let me do that. Click on this, go to properties, select for font, Comic Sans MS, here it is, italic and size is 12 and hit OK. Oh, sorry, I missed the size, I guess. Size is 18, right? Yeah, it's 18. Just like that. Or you can select 20 if you want much bigger. But this one is looking odd, so I'm going to select 18 for now. Hit OK, and after this, what we have to do is we have to change the font color. The color code is 0,118,225 and hit enter. And now here you can see this one is looking better. And we have to set the font for this one too. So I'm going to set the same font. For the font is Comic Sans, right? Comic Sans MS italic and size will be 11. Yeah, okay. This one is looking better. After this, in the complete project, you can observe we have only underline sign with the help within this only underline. So let me do that. Just click on this, select both by pressing the serial key, and after that, what you have to do is you have to search for style and change this from default to material. And when you do that, you can observe the box from three side is now removed. After this, what we have to do is we have to add items into this combo box. So let me do that. For that, I'm going to use this one. And this we have already added the items. So click on this, click on items. In previous video, I have already shown you. And please subscribe my YouTube channel if you are a new user or you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet. This will help us grow, and follow us on Instagram too. So click on this items and just add the item. You can add multiple items, whatever you want. So for now, I'm going to add these two. After this, what we have to do is we have to set the placeholder text for this one. So click on this and select this, and we have to write search, hit enter. And as you can observe, the size of this one is quite small. So for that, click on this one and select the size 11 and hit OK. Yeah, the size is quite large, and here you can see this. We have to set the size from this one. So let me copy the size of this one. Click on this, change the size to, yeah, sometimes it happens actually. After this, click on this and we have to set the size for this one too, and change this one to 11. And next thing what we have to do is we have to actually change the color for this one. So right click and go to properties and change the fog color. Just click on this and select black, and the same way you have to do for this one too. Change this font color to black, and after this change the text for these two text boxes in the center text line. Here you can observe this one is left, so change this one to center. Here you can see this. Now search is in the center of this text box. After this, what we have to do is we have to add few more items inside this side. First thing what we have to do is we have to add one label. Just copy and paste it. I need actually 4. So paste, and one more. So let me set the text for these labels for now. Item name. The second one, this one is price, and this one is quantity, and this one is total. After this, we have to add few text boxes. So search for text box, Guna 2 text box. Just drag and drop it over here like this, and we have to add 3. And here we have to one is more stuff, that is nothing but that is Guna numeric up down. Guna 2 numeric up down. Just drag and drop it over here, and we have to add this one. Okay. Yeah. Here you can see this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to remove the border for these text boxes by press the serial key and move back over here. And first thing, change the font color to black. And after this, change the font to 11 and hit OK. That the size is quite large, so I'm going to copy the size of this one. 200,36. Just click on this. Yeah. Place it. Change the size for this one too. Place this one too and change the size. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one button for now. So button. I'm going to use this Guna 2 button. Just drag and drop it over here. And let me change the text for this one first. So text will be add to cart. And after this, what we have to do is we have to actually increase the font for this one and change the fill color as well. So 0, 118,225. Yeah. After this, what we have to do is we have to change the font of this one. So change this one to 12 and bold as well. So here you can see this one is looking better, but decrease one. Okay, not bold. I'm going to set this one. Yeah. This one is looking better. And after this, what we have to do is we have to set one more stuff, that is border radius. Here you can see this, change this one to 15, or if you like you can increase this by 21. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually change few more properties of this button. So let me do that. First, check the state, change this one to fill color will be nothing but white, and the for color, that is the text color, will be 0, 118, 225. After this, we have to change one more stuff, that is button mode. Click on this, change this one to toggle button, and save this. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one more stuff, that is nothing but this one. This is a rectangular shape. Let me copy the size of this one. Size 581, 213. So I'm going to move back over here, drag rectangular shaper over here, copy this, go to properties of this rectangular shaper, size, and after this let me copy the location of this one too. Click on this and location 150, 185, 43. So go back over here, location, paste it and hit enter. Yeah, and these all stuff are out of box actually, so let me do that, make these all in. Yeah, after this what we have to do is we have to actually make this rectangular shape look better. So how to do that? For that, let me just increase this border width, change this one to 3. After this, change the fill color to 0, 118, 225. Sorry, not this one. Okay, so we have to change this one, border color actually. Yeah, here you can see this. After this, what we have to do is we have to set the coordinate radius to, I'm going to set this one 30. Yeah, this one is looking better. And I'm going to increase the size of these all a little bit so that these look nice. Yeah, and let me move all of these stuff a little bit on the left side. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually remove the border from the 3 sides. For that, I've already shown you how to do that. For that, you have to search for style and change this one from default to material, and here you will observe we have now removed the border from the 3 sides of these text boxes. Yeah, this one is looking better. You can also change the text actually color of this one up and down, so let me do that. Change this one to 0, 118, 225. Okay, sorry, I have added dot actually, that's why it's showing an error. 0, 118, 225. Yeah, this one is looking better than before. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one data grid view. For that, I'm going to search for data grid view, and I'm going to use this Guna2 data grid view. Just drag and drop it over here. Just stretch this one like this. And after this, what we have to do is we have to change one more property of this one data grid view. So change the properties, that is first thing, change the border style. Change this one to none from fixed 3D. And after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change one more property of this one, that is column height actually. Let me search for that. Column header height. Here you can see this. I'm going to change this one to 21 and hit enter. Okay, so I can't change this because I haven't added any column yet. So I'm going to add one column. Add column. Click on this and I'm going to name this one header text. I'm not going to change the design name for now, and I'm going to name this one item name and click on add. And here you can see this, we have added successfully. Column 2, I want this one unit price. Click on add. Column 3, I want quantity. Add. And finally, I want column 4, that is nothing but price. And click on add. Yeah. And close this. Here you can see this, now everything is added. And you can also observe that now the column header height is changed. What is this header height? If you want to increase this height, then you can do that. But here you can observe that when I write 35 and hit enter, yeah, can't change that. 15, when I this 15, so this one, yeah, let me decrease that. 15, yeah, why this is not working? Okay, so this one is auto size. The size is set auto size, that's why it's doing problem. We have to actually change this one to enable resizing, then you can change this property. Okay, so here you can observe when I write 35, yeah, which is changed. When you change this one to 21, yeah, this looks better. You can adjust this according to your need. After this, what I have to do is I have to add few more labels over here. So I need two buttons. I'm going to copy this and paste it 2 times. Copy and paste, one over here and one more over here. And let me go change the text for these two buttons as well. So for this one, I'm going to change this one to remove and this one to print. Okay, so these are quite large font, that's why I'm going to change the font for this one. Click on this, regular, and select 11 and hit OK. This one is actually, I guess the font is not changed, so let me do that. Regular. Okay, so this one is Comic Sans, I guess. Yeah, regular and sizes 11 and hit OK. Okay, this one is not looking that much nice, so I'm going to change this one to Calibri. Okay, click on this, Calibri. This one, regular, size is 12. Okay, not this one. This one is also looking very bad. Okay, so let me copy the size from complete project. So click on this, click on this, and the size is actually regular 11. Okay, so we have to set that. Say go UI regular and size is 11. Yeah, this one is looking better. Okay, so we have to do this the same for this one too. Regular, search for that, select the size 11 and hit OK. Okay, so now this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is let me decrease the size of these two buttons a little bit so that these look nice. Yeah. After this, we need one more label. So let me do that. Copy this label over here and paste it over here. And I need one more label, so I will tell you why I need one more label. So click on this for now. Change the text for this one. Grand total. Hit enter. And change this one to rs.00. And after this, what we have to do is we have to change few properties of this label so that this label actually look like this one. Okay, this is actually a label. After this, first thing what we have to do is we have to actually change one properties, that is auto size, change this one to false. And after this, we have to change the text alignment from top left to center. After this, we have to change the fill color. Search for that. Fill color, where it is, or back color, change this one to custom and like this. Yeah, here you can observe. Now you can increase it like this so that it will look nice. Yeah, like this. Yeah, let me increase this. After this, what we have to do is we have to increase the font size of this one. Okay, so click on this and I'm going to increase that to 14 or more if you want. 16. Okay, yeah, this one is looking better. And now let me start this and let's see how this actually look like. btechdays and password is pass. Login. Click on this and here you can see this. Now you can see the difference, how fast the slides. You can also change the slide time and also change the animation. Let me do that. So click on this and I'm going to max animation time, increase this one to 3000. Hit enter. Change this one from horizontal slide to scale and rotate and click on start. Actually, let me set hard-coded password for these ones so that I don't have to enter password each time. So let me do that. Move back to form 1. Click on this, and I have to set the text. So btech days, and this one is pass. Okay, now let me close this. Yes. Now start this, and when you start this, you will find that we already have the password username over here. Just click on login. When I click on this, yeah, you can observe this one is looking better. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to show you how to backend code for this, and here you can observe that designing part is done till over here, and you can change the animation as per your requirements. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like and enjoyed. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon and share with your friends, and please contact us on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have already showed you how to design this user control, that is quick sorter, and how to connect this with this button. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description. There I put the link for my previous video, or simply you can do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of your screen. Okay, so in this video what we are going to do is we are going to actually backend code for this, how to add items inside this one there is a list box, and after this how to add to cart, and after that how to remove these and how to work with these. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so let me close this and let's start with that. So first thing, we have to move back over here, that is UC underscore place order, and after this what we have to do is we have to just click on this. First we have to change the design name for all these user controls, sorry, all these text boxes and buttons as well. So I'm going to change this one to combo category. This one to txt search. I'm not going to change the design name of this text box, sorry, list box. Okay, I'm going to change the name of these all stuff. Txt item name. Change this one to txt price. Change this one to txt quantity. Up, down. This one to txt total. Change this name of this one to btn add to cart, and finally change this one to btn remove, this one to btn print, and we have to change the name of this label too, because we have to set this label every time whenever we add to cart and whenever we remove the item from the cart. Okay, so how to do that? For that, first we have to change the label name. So I'm going to change this one to label total amount. Hit enter. Okay, now everything is done. After this, first thing what I want is, when I select the category from here, I want to show all the item belongs to that category inside this list box. So how to do that? For that, we have to code on this combo box select index change. So just click on this, and after this what you have to do is you have to just click on this one, events. Here you can see this. When I click on this select index change, here this one is visible. Just double click on this and this will generate a click combo category selected index change. Here what we have to do is, first thing what we have to do is we have to actually extract the text from that text box. For that I'm going to take a variable of a string type. Let me zoom this a little bit, and after this let me name this one category. That's equal to combo category dot text. We need text from that text box whenever users select. After this what we have to do is we have to write a query. Before writing a query, first thing what we have to do is we have to make a connection with our class which we have created in our previous video, that is function fn is equal to new function, and in this I have written two methods to get data and set data. I'm going to take one variable that is of string query, I'm naming this string query. Okay, string type variable, and I'm naming this one query. So let me show you that function class. If you have not watched my previous video, I'm opening this function class, and here you can see this. First we have created a method to get a connection, and I'm using this connection in these two methods. Here you can see this, and here I have written one method to get data, from which you can actually extract the data from the database with the help of this method by simply passing the query inside this one. And here you can set set data. It means that you can insert data with the help of this method. You can update data and delete data with the help of this method. Okay, so I hope you understand this, and if you not understand, then please watch my previous video. And if you still remain with some sort of questions in your mind, then you can contact me on Instagram, or you can send an email to me. I'm going to reply that for sure. Okay, so let me close this and move back over here. Now I've created this function object fn, and here what we have to do is we have to actually write a query first. So what query I want to write, I have to write is select name from table name, that is my table name is items. Previously I've already shown you, where category is a column name in that table. Category is equal to single quotes and double quotes, 2 plus sign, then double and single quotes. This is the way to concatenate a string, and we have to concatenate category inside this one, this variable, whatever we extracted from that combo box. Let me remove this space. Now our query is ready. Now what we have to do is we have to actually file this query into the database. So in this method, that is get data, actually this get data is returning something, and this is a type of data set. Here you can see this. For that, what we have to do is we have to create a variable of data set type, data set ds is equal to, and then we have to call the method function dot get data, and we have to pass the query. Now that method, that is get data, is going to return a data set object with the data filled inside when we file that query. Okay, so now we have the data inside this data set. Now what we have to do is we have to just add this all data into that list. Okay, so how to do that? For that, first thing I have to take a variable, so int I, let me give a space a little bit, int I, and after this what we have to do is we have to take a for loop. So for I is equal to 0, I is less than ts dot tables dot 0 dot rows dot count. What it means that either you can write I over here, or you can simply do one thing, just cut this and place int over here like this. Okay, here you can observe I have written ds.table0.rows.count. It means that whenever we select that item from that combo box, this query will be fired, and we are going to actually, suppose we have selected South Indian and we have 5 items of category South Indian, then we have 5 row inside this data set, and we count that we have 5 ds, that is data set, and data set stores the data in the form of tables, and table index is 0. Dot rows, it means that how many rows, and we have to count this, so it will have 5. So I is less than 5, it means that it will execute from 0 to 4. It means that this is this is actually to set how many times this loop will work. So this is a dynamic way to set. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually set that into the item box, that is, sorry, list box. So items list item list. Okay, so let me check the name of that. Let me remove this, move this over here. So click on this, let me check the name of this one. This is actually list box. search for yeah, move back over here. List box 1, we have only one list box dot items, and we have to add the items dot add, and each iteration we have to add the items. So ds dot tables 0 dot rows, and we have to set the rows. I is the row and the second one is the column. We always need to extract the 0th column because we have only selected a name from that combo box, so that's why it will be 0 always, and convert that to string. And let's see if this works or not. Okay, let me start this. Okay, so it's showing some sort of error. So to string, yeah, actually we missed a bracket, right? Yeah, missed one bracket, close the bracket. So I'm going to start this, move to login, and here you can see this. When I click on this, yeah, this pops up, and I'm going to select this South Indian. Here you can see this, we have two items, that is idli and dosa. Yeah, everything is visible now. And what happened if I select soft drink now? Here you can see this. Now when I selected soft drink, it's showing idli, dosa and coke. What happens is, when I click on this, it just keep adding the items into this. If I select South Indian again, it will add idli, dosa again. Here you can see this. So how to resolve this issue? For that we have to add one more line of code over here. In the top of this, in the beginning of this, what we have to do is we have to write items, the list box name is listbox1 dot items dot clear. We have to use this. Now start this and let's see if that works or not. Click on this, South Indian. If I select soft drink, yeah, we have only Coke, and when I select South Indian, yeah, we have these two. Now repeated is now removed. And you can observe one small stuff is that the font is quite small, so I'm going to increase the font first, and after that I will code further. So close this, click on this, and I'm going to increase the font for now. So click on this and select 11 and hit OK. Oh, sorry, by mistakenly I've added this. Click on this, click on font, select 11. Yeah, now I'm going to code with this. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually code for the search button. When I start writing inside this, I want to search for like Coke. When you select a category, we have items inside this, and I want to search something from that item. Suppose you have 100 of items inside this one, so I want to search a specific items. For that we have to code for this one too. So just click on this event, select that text box, and properties, we have to code on this text change. And what we have to do is we have to actually write the same query, this one, all of this. Okay, inside this one, just one small stuff, there is a slight change in the query and everything will remain same. So what we have to do is we have to actually add one more stuff. We have to check for two stuff, that is and category, where category, and name like single quotes, double quotes, and single quotes, and this 2 plus sign, and here we have to mention txt search dot text, and what we have to mention is 1% over here. I hope you understand what I have written. What I have written is we have to check two stuff. Select name from items, where category is category, whatever we selected the category. Suppose we have selected South Indian, then South Indian will be written over here. After this, and name, that is the name of the item. Like this name is the name of column in my database. So like, it means that matching character. We have to match on the basis of the text. And from where we have to extract the text from this search text box, and we have added this percent. Suppose you write yes, then yes percent, it means that after all the names who start with yes will be visible in the list box. Okay, So I hope this works. Let's start this and let's see. Login, place order, select South Indian and select, when I write D, here you can see this, we have only dosa. When I delete this and when I write I, yeah, we have only idli. Yeah, this one is working fine. But here you can observe one small stuff that we have added the same code 2 times and this one is not looking better. So what we have to do is we have to actually create a method over here so that we can reduce the lines of code over here and it will look clear. So what we have to do is, let me add one method for now. The method will be private because we are going to use this method inside this file only. So private void, and I'm going to name this one show item list. Okay, so item list, and I'm going to pass, actually it's except one string, that is query. And what we have to do is we have to actually paste few lines of stuff from there. So I'm going to cut this first and paste it over here. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually cut few more stuff, that is this much. I want this much over here. Okay, so now we set with the method. Okay, let me delete this space. Yeah, we are ready with the method. After this, what we have to do is, now our query is ready over here. What we have to do is we have to just call this method show item list and we have to pass the query inside this one and we have to do the same over here. Let me delete this and remove these all stuff, and we have to call that method, that is show item list, and we have to pass the query. That's it. Here what I have did is I have put that calling that method, that is function.getData. When this call method, when we select something from here over here, so then this query will be passed with this by calling this method, and here this query is for the passed inside this one, and the data set will be filled with the data, and this data grid view, sorry, list box will be filled with the that data. And if we select, if we write anything inside this text change, then this query will be fired on this method. Okay, in the same way I have already explained you. Okay, so let's see if this works or not. By doing this, we have actually decreased these line of code. In this, I have mentioned, I have written these all line 2 times, but now we can see we have this only 1 time. And let's see if this works or not. Login, place order, select South Indian, yeah, this one is working. Indian, yeah, this one is working. Thali, and when I write G, yeah, this one is working, and yeah, everything is working. After this, what I want is, when I click on this, I want to fill this text box with the data, with the detail of these items. How to do that? For that, what we have to do is we have to actually code on this list box selected index change. So just close this, move back over here, click on this, click on events, selected index change. Here you can see this. Just double click on this and this will generate a list box 1 selected index change event. And here what we have to do is we have to actually set few stuff. First thing what we have to do is we have to reset the text of these txt quantity, clear all these, clear txt total whenever the item is changed. Okay, so let me do that. So txt quantity up and down dot reset text. First thing I want this, and second thing txt total dot clear. It means that what you want is whenever we select one item, then the data is filled inside this and we have increased the quantity, and on the basis of that quantity the amount is total over here. And when you click on add to cart, the item is added. When you select another item, then item will be set over here, but if this 2 text box resist with the old data, then this will not look fine. So that's why I have cleared these 2 text boxes whenever we select one item from there. After this, what I have to do is I have to extract the text which we have selected from that list box. For that we have to write string text and is equal to items, sorry, list box dot get item text. Yeah, and inside this we have to pass the list box one dot selected item. Yeah, when you write this, you get the text box, sorry, you get the text of the selected item. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually set that text into the text box. This text box, the name, item name, we have to set the text whatever we select into this. So let me do that. So that txt name item name dot text is equal to text. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. Click on this, place order, select Thali, click on this, and here you can see this name change on the basis of this. And when I increase this and when I add some total like this, when I click on this, yeah, these clear up and this will look fine. Okay, now this one is working. After this we have to set the price and total on the basis of this quantity. So let me do that. After this what we have to do is we have to fire a query to extract the price of that item from the database. So query is equal to select price from items where name is equal to, it's a string type, so double single quotes and 2 plus sign inside this, and I'm going to pass the text which will the selected item price. I want that. Okay, so now we have the price inside. After that we fire this query, so I'm going to fire that query data set ds is equal to fn dot get data, and inside this I'm going to fire the query, and after this I will have txt price dot text is equal to ds dot tables 0 dot rows, and we have 0th row 0th column dot toString. Okay, so txt price is the text box name for this one, price, and when you do that, yeah, this will work. And here let me show you one thing. Let me just log in, place order, select one thing, South Indian, select Italy. Here you can see this, the price is set now, and when I click on this empty space, okay, so let me log out and log in again, and here you can observe that when I click on this empty space, or okay, yeah, this works fine. Okay, so we have to actually, what I'm going to tell you that we have to put this one into a try catch block, otherwise will cause exceptions sometime, and this will cause in the failure of your program. So I'm going to put this one in try catch block. Okay, you have to just write this. I'm not going to show this exception anywhere, just like this. Yeah, this will work fine. Okay, so now we can set the name and price with the help of these items. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually set the price on the basis of that quantity. Now let me start this and show you what I'm trying to say. Login, place order. What I want is when I increase the quantity, here you can see this 1, then the price needs to be 75 over here. When I click this 2, we need 150 over here. So how to do that? For that we have to code on this value change event of this one. So let me do that. I have closed the application, just click on this and search for value changed. Here we have, just double click on this and this will generate a txt quantity up down value change event. And here what we have to do is we have to extract the quantity first. So int64 dot quantity coin is equal to int64 dot parse and convert that txt quantity up and down dot value dot toString. What I have done over here is I have extracted the value from that text box, sorry, up down counter, and converted that into a string type, and finally we have converted that with the help of parse method into a integer int64 type. Now we have the quantity, how much quantity we want, and after this I want the price amount. So int64 price is equal to int64 dot parse, and in this we have to pass the txt price dot text. I'm going to extract that from the text box that is named as txt price, this one. I have extracted the value, how many quantity and price. Now what we have to do is we have to just multiply these two and show this into this text box. Okay, so let me do that. For that, txt total is the name of that text box dot text is equal to, in the bracket what we have to mention is coin, and we have to multiply this with price. Put this into the bracket and convert this into string, to string, and here we go. When you do this, let me just change the font color for this one to black. Okay, so let me do that. Change this one to black and increase the font so that we can see clearly. Change this one to 12 and hit OK. Okay, let me copy the size of this one from here. Yeah, now start this and let's see how this works. Login, click on this idli, and when you select 1, the price is 44. Just click on 2, the price is 90. Yeah, this one is working fine. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually code for this add button. What I want is when I click on this add to cart, the item needs to be added inside this. So how to do that? For that, let me start coding with that. Okay, so you can see this when I click on this appear. Okay, this one is looking very bad. Let me fix that first. So click on this and change this one to radio button, that is button style, not this button mode actually. Change this one to radio button or default button. Let me just leave that default. Okay, save this. After this, what we have to do is we have to code for this add to cart. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event for that. And after this, what we have to do is we have to take one. Okay, sorry, actually we have actually I have selected all of this, and when I click on these button, for all buttons I have created an event. So let me remove that events first. Okay, so click on this and I'm going to remove the event first. Click event. I was surprised that how can I have this much of click events. Okay, so now we have only one, and after this what I want is I have to first take two variables. I'm going to take that one protected because I'm going to use this within this int n, and I'm going to take that total to take care of the price. Total is equal to 0 for now. After this, what I have to do is I have to take n variable is equal to guna data grid view dot rows dot add. What it means that it will give revert to n that how many rows we have, actually on which row we have to insert the data. After this, what we have to do is guna to data grid view dot rows, and which row? The n row. And after this dot cells, which cell? 0 cell dot value is equal to, and we have to set the value that the first column is for what. Let me check that. First column is for item name, so I'm going to set the item name. So item name is txt name in the text box name, txt item name dot text. And after this we have to set the price, so guna 2 dot rows n dot cells, cell is 1, that is the column name, dot values, cell is the column index actually, cells 1 is the column index. Let me explain you. Cell 0 means this one, item name. This is the column 0. This is column 1. This is column 2. This is column 3. Or you can say cell 0, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. Okay. This way the coding is going on. So after this we have to set the price, txt price dot text, and after this we have to set the quantity, guna 2 dot rows n dot cells 2 is dot value is equal to txt quantity up down dot value, and after this guna 2 dot rows n dot cells 3 dot value is equal to txt total dot text. Okay, now we have all this. After this, let me check that first if this works or not. So start this, log in, click on this, select one item, Indian price 1, and click on this. Yeah, here you can see this. Now the item is being added. Those I want that. Those are 2 items. Yeah, this one is being added. Okay, so this one is working fine. After this, what I want is, here you can observe one smaller stuff is that the price is not being increased. So how to do that? What I want is, when I add items, this price and plus this, the total needs to be visible over here. So how to do that? Let me close this and let me show you. We have to code over here on the add to cart button, and here what we have to do is total. Whenever we add one row, I want to add that stuff into the total. Either we can write like this, total plus int dot parse, and we have to convert the txt total dot text. You must be worried that why I have written txt total over here. This txt total is not this one. This one, the price from this text box. When we click on this, the price from this one is fetched and added to this one. Actually added to this variable, and this variable is finally assigned to that label. Either you can write like this or you can write like this, plus or equal to, like this. Yeah, both will work fine. If you have written that, if you understand this, then only do this. Otherwise you can write the previously what I have written. After this, what we have to do is we have to set that label. So label total amount dot text is equal to, we have to mention rs dot space, and after this double quotes and plus, and we have to add that total. This total is nothing but this variable. Whenever we add that, this total is being incremented, and this label, this total is being actually set to this label. So let's start this and let's see if this works or not. Log in, place order, select item, click on this, click on add. Yeah, here you can see this, the price is increased. Select dosa 2. Yeah, the price is increased. Now both 45 and 150 is now being added. After this, you can observe one small issue is that when I select this 0, yeah, and I try to add to cart, yeah, this will add it too. But this doesn't make any sense that you have added 0 dosa and the price is 0 and unit price is visible over here. This doesn't look. What I want is I want to restrict that you can't add this type of stuff. Or the second thing, what I want is whenever this nothing happens, let me show you that. When I select this, here you can see this text box is empty, and when I try to add to cart, yeah, exception generated. I don't want that. Okay, so how to do this? How to take care of that? For that, I'm going to check one condition over here. So if txt total is not equal to txt total dot text is not equal to what? 0. So 0 is in the string type in the text box, so I'm going to write the 0 in this format. and not empty. So txt total dot text either not equal to null. Here you can see this, and put this inside this if condition, all the code. Here you can see this. And in the else condition, what I want is I want to show a message if user try to do this. Then I want to show a message box dot show minimum quantity needs to be 1, and the message box name needs to be information, and message box button needs to be something okay. I need one button, and after this message box icon, and I'm going to name this one information. Yeah, that's it. Now let's start this and let's see if this works or not. Place order, select something, click on this, and when you try to this, minimum quantity needs to be 1. It means that this one is empty, that's why it's showing an error. When you want, yeah, this works. When you try to add 0 and click on this, minimum quantity needs to be 1. Yeah, this one is working fine. After this, what I have to do is we have to actually work for that remove button. Okay, so how to do that? First thing, for actually to work on this remove button, first thing what I want is when I remove any item, I want to decrease the price from here. So how to do that? Whenever I click on this remove button. Okay, so for that we have to actually remove the selected item only. We have to remove the selected item only. When I click on this and try to remove this, then this row will be deleted. So first thing what I want is when I click on this, the selected row price I want, so that I can decrease that price from this total. So first thing I'm going to code on this data grid view, cell click event. Okay, just move back over here, just click on this, cell click event, search for that. Just click on this and search for cell click event over here. Move back over here, cell click, here it is. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event over here. And here I'm going to take one variable of int type, so int amount. And here what I have to do is I'm going to put this one into the try catch block, so that if any type of exception occurs, this get handled by itself. Yeah. And inside this I have to set that price of that row into this amount. So amount is equal to int dot bars. It's an int type, so that's why we have to convert that into int type. So from which data grid view? Buna 2 data grid view 1 dot rows, and we have to mention e dot row index dot cells, and from which cell we want. The cell is 3. Let me explain you what I have done over here. E dot row index. E dot row index, it means that on which row you have clicked, and the cell is 0, 1, 2 and 3. The price, I need this price. So cell 3 over here, and convert what we have to extract the value and convert that into string like this. Now we have the amount in this variable. After this, what I have to do is when I click on this remove button, I want to remove that row and decrease the price from this level. So for that, just double click on this and this will generate a btn remove click event. And here what you have to do is you have to actually do one stuff, and I'm going to put that into the try catch block so that I don't get any type of exception. Juna 2 data grid view dot rows dot remove at, and from where I have to remove this dot Juna data grid view 1 dot selected rows, and here what we have to do is we have to mention 0 dot index. Just close the bracket. And now after this execution of this, what I have to do is I have to actually, now this will remove the row, but it will not decrease the amount. So let me show you that if this works or not. We just log in, and I'm going to add thali. I'm going to add veg, one thali, and non-veg, one. And I'm going to remove this veg. Click on this and remove this. Here you can see this. Now the row is removed. The price is still by adding that non-veg and veg thali over here, the total amount. And this one is not looking nice. What I want is when I click on this remove that row and decrease the price. That look nice. Okay. So after this, what we have to do is we have to actually write like this. So total is the label which we have label not this one is not a label, this is a variable which we have created over here, total. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease the amount from that. So decrease the amount, total minus is equal to amount. This is the amount is also a variable, and here you can see this is of int type, and I have decreased the amount from the total amount. And after this, what we have to do is we have to just set the label total amount dot text is equal to rs dot space plus total. And now start this and let's see if this works or not. Log in, select item. Yeah, here you can see this. Now we have 3200. I'm going to remove this veg special thali, remove this, and here you can see this. The price is 2550, and I'm going to add one coke, actually 6 coke. Yeah, here you can see this. Now 300. Yeah, this one is working fine. Now we're left with one stuff, that is print, and we have to do that. How to code for this print button? So let me do that. For that, first thing what we have to do is we have to add one item into our project. What is that? That is a DGV printer. Let me open that. Here we have DGV printer. I have already provided a link for this DGV printer in my video description. Go and download it from there. And what we have to do is you have to just drag this, move back to your project. I'm working on cafe management, this one. Open this and just put this on this cafe management video or project name and just leave this. And here you can see this. Now we are here, you can observe DGV printer is now added. We don't have to open this. Okay, so let me close this and just add this. And after this, you don't have to do anything. You have to just move back over here on the print button. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event. And after this, what we have to do is we have to write DGV printer like this, and this will not shown properly. You have to mention like this, capital DGV capital P, and after this you have to just click like this and use DGV printer helper. And when you click on that, you will find you can actually see this, the color of this one has changed. After this, you have to mention printer is equal to new DGV printer. After this, what you have to do is printer dot title. You have to set the title, so I'm going to set the title customer bill. You can set anything, whatever you feel like. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually add date and time. Okay, so I'm going to do that, printer dot subtitle, and in this I'm going to add string dot format date mention like this. And you have to mention date time dot now dot date. When you mention this, after this title name you will find the date over there. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to set the printer dot subtitle format flag, title format flag, this one, flags is equal to string string format flags dot line limit, and after this you have to just put this pipe string format flags dot no clip. After this, what you have to do is we have to just add the page number into the bill. If your bill is of more than one pages, then I need the page number, and even we have only one page, then still I need a page number. For that you have to write printer dot page numbers okay, so it's page numbers, yeah, page numbers is equal to true, and after this printer dot page number in header is equal to false. I don't want the page number in header. After this we have to write printer dot proportional columns is equal to true, and finally we have to write printer dot header cell alignment is equal to string alignment dot near, and after this what we have to do is we have to just mention printer dot footer and is equal to the total amount. So total payable amount is, and we have to set that from the label, so plus label total amount dot text, we have to set this, and after this I'm going to just add a footer spacing this one is equal to 15, printer dot print data grid view, print data capital PRINT data grid view, and mention the data grid view name. So Guna 2 data grid view 1, we have to print this one. And finally after this what I want is I want to set the label. Okay, so let me do that. And after completion of all this task, what I want is I want to clear this data grid view and set this label to 0. Okay, so how to do that? For that, move back over here, and what we have to do is we have to just mention few more lines, that is total, set the price total is equal to 0. That is the variable which we have created over here. So let me show you that total. Here you can see this, we are using this one for amount, total amount, so I have set that 0. And after this I want to clear the data grid view, so throws dot clear, and after this what we have to do is we have to set the label total amount dot text is equal to rs dot plus total. That's it. That's it with this. Let me start this and let's see if this works or not. We generate a bill successfully or not. So log in, place order, click on this cake. We don't have any type of cake, soft drink, Coke. I'm going to add this one 5, 4, yeah 4. After this thali, I'm going to add this 1 thali, 2 thali, veg special, non-veg special 3, 4. Total amount is 4,900. I'm going to print this. When I click on this print, this will generate actually open a pop-up, and this will ask for printing. First it will print, and after the printing is over, it will show to save a PDF if you want, a bill PDF. So click on this. So I haven't actually attached any printer with my PC. So here you can see there's a printing one, and here you can observe that this column is still filled with the data and this label is still having the total amount. So what we have to do is, let me just show you, desktop and this. In this one I'm going to store this today will. Yeah, I'm going to name this one today will. And when I click on save, and this printing is going on. Yeah, when this completes, and here you can see this, when that removed, all the data is removed now, and this one is turned into 0. Let me open that PDF file where we actually stored that into this bills, and today will. Just open this and let's see if this bill is proper or not. Here you can see this. Initially we have added Coke of RS 50 24 200, veg special thali is 652, and one price is 1300, and the total payable amount is 4900, and price page number is 1, and here you can observe that padding, that is a space. Okay, footer is space, and the bill look like this. When you print this, it will print like this. Yeah, here you can observe we have the date, and this one is customer bill. You can change the text for this one. Okay, let me move back to our project on which we are working. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. That's it for this video, guys. In the next video I'm going to show you how to code for this, actually design and code for this update item. And please subscribe and hit the bell icon, and please share with your friends. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have already shown you how to design this user control, that is place order, and how to backend code for this. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to the description there. I put the link for my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to design this user control, that is update item, and how to backend code for this. So let's start with that. Let me close this first and move back to the project on which we are working. We are working on cafe management video, so let me open that, and here we are. Let me show you that. Here you can see this. Till here our task is done. When I select this stuff, yeah, this stuff is visible, and you can add to cart too. Yeah, everything is working fine. Today I'm going to show you how to design this one. So let's start with that. First thing, what we have to do is we have to actually add one user control. For that, just go to Solution Explorer, right click on this, click on add, and select new item. When you click on this, after this you have to select this user control, and then here you have to give a name. So I'm going to give a name UC underscore update items, and click on add. It will add a new user control. So here you can see this. Now we have the user control. Let me close this stuff for now, and let me copy the size of the user control from previous user control. So I'm going to do that. Let me maximize this one, and the size is 781, 514. So for that, right click, go to properties, search for size, and you can manually write it, or you can copy and paste it. After this, what we have to do is we have to change the back color for this one. So go to properties, change the back color, change this one to custom and white. And after this, first I want to connect this with the dashboard so that whatever we make changes is instantly visible when we start the project. For that, just go to toolbox, search for Guna 2 ellipse, just drag and drop it over here, click on this, change the border radius to 30. It's 6 by default, change this one to 30. After this, select the target control, select this one, UC update items. When you do that, here you can see this, the edge is curved now. Save, CTRL yes, and copy this one, and move back to dashboard, and paste it over here. And here what you have to do is you have to just do one thing, that is change this target control to panel 2, and save this. After this, you have to actually start this project in order to load that user control into the toolbox. Here you can see this, in the toolbox you can find UC update items. Here you can see this, we don't have that. So when you start this, because it's taking a little bit of time, so here our project is started, and when you stop this and move back to toolbox, you can find we have this UC update items. After this, what you have to do is we have to just drag and drop it over here and place this on the proper position like this. And when you place this, yeah, this works. After this, we have to just double click on this button to move to this pdn update click event, and here what I have to do is I have to just do one stuff, that is uc update items dot visible is equal to true, uc update items dot bring to front. That's it. And what we have to do is we have to actually hide this uc update items when this form loads. So here we'll move back over here, uc update items dot visible is equal to false. Okay, and now let's start and see if this works or not. Login, click on this. Yeah, this one is working fine. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to add controls over this. So let me do that. Move back to our user control. We are here. Now what we have to do is we have to just start adding items inside this one. Let's do that. First thing what we have to do is we have to add label. So I'm going to add that label, drag and drop it over here, place it this one on the proper position, right click and go to properties and change the text update item, hit enter. After this, let me just copy the size of this label. So let me do that. Comic Sans and size is italic and 18. So move back over here, right click, go to properties, search for font, regular, and select the size 18. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one more item, label and text box over here. So let me do that. Label, just copy and paste, and one text box. So Guna to text box, drag and drop it over here, and let me decrease the size of this one. Just click on this, decrease the size to 14, and change the text to item name. We can search with the help of item name. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually make few changes for this text box. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the font of this one. So I'm going to change the size from 9 to 11 and hit OK. Okay, sorry, the size is actually increased due to the changes. So let me place this on the proper position and decrease the size. Okay, let me select the size from this one. 228,36. Right click, go to properties, set the size. Yeah, this one is looking better. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change the text color, that is the font color, change this one to black. And after this, you have to do one more stuff, that is nothing but you have to change the style, change this one from default to materials. Okay, so now here you can see that this one is looking better, and we have to add placeholder text. So I'm going to add this one to start typing. Yeah, this one is looking better. Okay, sorry, the size is actually, I guess, changed when I press the Ctrl Z key. Yeah, size is 8 now. So I'm going to do this 11. Yeah, now this one is fine. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one data grid view inside this. So I'm going to add that. Guna to data grid view, just drag and drop it over here. Just place this. And what we have to do is we have to just stretch this. Right click, go to properties, and there we have to change one property, that is the border style. Let me select this to fix, change this one to fix 3D. Okay, after this, what we have to do is we have to add few more items into this user control, that is nothing but the text book, 3 text boxes and 3 labels and 1 button. So let me just copy these, paste it, one over here, one more over here, and one over here. And I need 1 button, so let me do that. Button, so I'm going to use this Guna 2 button, just drag and drop it over here and change this one to update. Change the text first, and after this, what we have to do is we have to change the color 0,118,225. After this, change the font size from 9 to 11 and bold or regular, yeah, 11. Let me make this one bold. Yeah, this one is better. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually change one more property. That is, we have to set the border radius, change this one to 26, or you can decrease it as per your requirements. I'm going to set 21. Yeah, this one is looking better. Let me move these all stuff a little bit on the right side because we have a lot of empty space on the right side. Okay, let me move these all a little bit. Yeah, adjust these on the proper position. Change the text for this label. Change this one to category. Leave this item name. Change this one to price. And actually the size of these labels is quite large. This one is not looking that much nice, so I'm going to decrease the size of these labels for now. Change this one, click on this, select 12 and hit OK. Yeah, this one is better. After this, I'm going to actually change this one, the placeholder text. Okay, this one is category. This one is item name. This one is price. Okay, after this, what we have to do is we have to actually add one rectangular shaper in this. So how to do that? For that, just search for rectangular shaper, just drag and drop it over here, and what we have to do is just right click and go to properties of this rectangular shaper, and here we are actually, and we have to just change the border width to 3. And after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color for this one. So fill color, or sorry, the border color actually, border color, just click on this and I'm going to select the red. Yeah, this one. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this to all the corners like this. Yeah, and we have to move this one like, actually we have to move these all stuff a little bit upside because to make a little bit of space over here. Yeah. Now this one is looking better, and what you have to do is we have to just move this one a little bit on the right side. Now everything is on place except this one. And now we have to set the border radius for this rectangular shaper, so I'm going to do that. Corner radius, change this one to 21. Yeah, here you can see this. Now the corner is curved now and this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to change the design name. Now the designing part is over here. Let me start this and let me show you that. Login. Here you can see this. Now the designing part is over. So first thing what I want is when I click on this update items, I want to fill this data grid view with the data. So how to do that? For that, first what we have to do is we have to change the design name of these text boxes and all buttons for now. And after this, I will write the code how to load this data grid view with the data. So let me close this and let me first change the name of this. So actually, what is the name? Let me change this one. So find for name and change this one to txt search item. Okay, search item name, search item. Yeah, after this one txt category. After this we have this one txt name, this one to txt price, and this button name to ptn update. After this, what we have to do is, first thing, when this form loads, I want to fill this data grid view with the data. For that, just double click on this empty space, not this one. When you added rectangular shaper and when you double click on the empty space inside this will generate a rectangular shaper. Here you can see this. When I click on this, rectangular shaper is selected. When I click on this space, then here you can see this user control is selected. UC update item, and when I click on this, rectangular shaper is selected. Okay, so click on this, just double click on this, and this will generate a UC update items load event. After this, what we have to do is we have to first make a object of the function class. So function fn is equal to new function. If you have not watched my previous video, then you have to just watch my previous videos so that you can understand from where this function is coming up and how to use this. Actually, I have written two methods inside this function class, that is get data and set data. Okay, so I'm going to use that to extract the data and to insert and update that data into the database. Okay, so here now I'm going to take a variable of a string type and naming that variable query. Okay, after this, now our object is ready, and now we have taken a variable. After this, what we have to do is we have to write the query. So I'm going to write the query. Query is equal to, and in this, what we want is we want all the data from that database. So select start from, our table name is items. Now our query is ready. Now next thing what we have to do is we have to call the method. So function dot get data, and this accept one argument of string type. So I'm going to pass the query inside this one. And as I've already previously told you that this get data method is going to return a data set object. For that I'm going to create a data set object, data set variable, and I'm going to store that when we call this method, this query is going to be fired on the database, and that method will return the data set object and with the filled data inside that, and that will be stored inside this one. So next thing what we have to do is we have to just show this data into that data grid view. So let me show that. So our data grid view name is Juna2 data grid view 1. We have only one data grid view, that's why. So click on this and you can find the name over here in the top. And after this we have to mention dot data source is equals ds dot tables, and you have to write it 0. Now start this and let's see if the data is fetched or not when we click on that update item. So log in, click on this. Here you can see this. Now we have the data. Okay. So I'm going to actually modify this one a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add one method over here. I'm not going to directly write these line of code inside this one. So I'm going to write one method. So public void load data, and name this one method, this method load data. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut this and paste it inside this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this method over here. Why I have written this? Because we are going to load this data multiple times. Okay, whenever we update items we are going to call this method so that instantly we can see the difference what we have updated, these type of stuff. That's why I've written this. Okay, so let me show this if this works or not. Log in, click on this, and here you can see this. Now still we have the data. After this, what we have to do is we have to make that search text box functional. What it means that, let me just show you. Click on this, and what I want is when I start typing Coke C, when I type C, all the rows which contains the items with then starting with C, like this Coke, cake, these two rows needs to be only visible inside this data grid view. So let me do that. For that, what we have to do is just move back over here in the design part, click on this, go to properties, and what we have to do is just click on this. Let me stretch this. Yeah. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually sorry, I would have opened the wrong project. Here, what we have to do is just right click on this and go to properties and search for, in the event, search for text change. Just double click on this and this will generate a text change event for that box, I have written the name of this one txt search item. Here you can see this, and we find it over here. Txt search item text change event is now generated, and again what we have to do is we have to write the query, and is equal to, this time the query will be different. So select star from items where name, we have used a condition where I'm going to search on the basis of name. So name like single quotes, double quotes, 2+sign, double quotes, then single quote. And here what we have to do is we have to write txt name dot text. Don't think the query is over. One thing still missing is that we have to add 1% over here. Just pause the video and observe where I have added percent sign. I have zoomed and you can see that where I have added this percent sign. Before this, single quote, single quotes, double quotes. Here you can see this double quotes close. Then before closing the single quote, I have added this percent sign. If you are worried about that from where this double quote is coming up, then this one is from here. Okay, I hope you understand. After this, what we have to do is we have to just fire the query normally. So data set. Okay, so I'm going to make few more modification over here. Okay, so I'm going to actually make one modification over here. So query is equal to, I'm going to actually cut this one and paste it over here, and this one is going to accept one QUR and QUR over here, and we are going to pass query. Yeah, that's it. I have written this like this because with the help of this method I'm going to use this query too. So what I have to do is now I have to just simply write load data, and we have to pass the query inside this one, and this will be functional. Let me start this. After that I will explain what I have done right now. Just log in, click on this. Here you can see this data is visible, and when I write C, oh, this one is not working. Okay, let me check that. Text change, query, items, yeah, everything is fine. Where name like, yeah. Load data, I'm going to pass in the query, and this one is going to fetch that. Okay, so let me remove this and write QUR over here directly. QUR, and let's try once again. Okay, let me check this one quickly. Okay, so for now I'm going to just revert the changes which I have made. So I'm going to just remove this one, this part actually. And what I'm going to do is, let me just remove this one too. Cut this one over here, just paste it. Okay, so the task is done as before. Let me remove this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, here we have to write query. Yeah, this one same as previously as I have shown you. So now next thing, after writing this query, what we have to do is we have to just write data set ds is equal to function dot get data, and inside this one we have to pass the query. And after this we have to set the guna2 data dot data source is equal to ts dot tables 0. That's it. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. Log in, click on this and search for CA. Okay, so still it's not working. Let me check that. Actually we have made one mistake. What is that mistake? That is nothing but we have actually written the name over here is wrong. We have actually setting the text from this one, from this text box. That's why it's showing an error. That's why it's not working. So what we have to do is we have to change the name txt search item. This is the text box name for this text box, txt search item. Here you can see this. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. So log in, click on this, search for C. Yeah, here you can see it's going to write C, only 2 row with the Coke and cafes over here. When I delete this one, and here you can see this, we have all the data, non-veg, yeah, everything is visible and this one is working fine. After this, what I want is, when I click on any of this row, what we want is, these column needs to be filled with that row data. So how to do that? For that, we have to code on this data grid view cell click event. So just move back over here, click on this, and first thing what we have to do is we have to actually make one change. That is, let me change that. Edit mode. Change this one to edit programmatically. Otherwise, this will cause an error. Whenever you try to click that column, it started getting edited, and when you try to type something else and hit enter, that will cause an exception. So after this, what we have to do is just right click and go to properties, click on this and search for cell click. Here we find this. Just double click on this and this will generate a Guna2 data grid view 1 cell click event. Here what we have to do is, first thing we have to take one variable, that is int. I'm going to take this one id to store the id of that row. After this, id is equal to, and I'm going to extract the id from that row. So that id is an int type, and whatever we extract from the row is a string type. So that's why we have to use the parse method. So int to convert the string type to integer type. So parse method, and in this we have to write the stuff how to extract that code. So first mention the data grid view name. So Guna2 data grid view 1 dot rows. We need this clicked row, so e dot row index, and which cell we have. So cells 0 cell contains actually the id. Okay, so let me comment this and show you. Start this cell 0. Why I have written 0 over there? Let me just show you that. When I start this, here you can see this is the cell 0, that is the first column, and it contains id. Here you can see this 1 2 3. On the basis of this, we can fetch and update the particular data from this row or any of the row. Okay, so let me close this and uncomment this, and after this cell 0, what we have to write is, and from that cell 0 I need value and convert that value to string format. Okay, so now we have the id. Let me just add a breakpoint over here and start this and see what happens when I click on that row, what actually this id contains. So just start this, click on this, I'm going to click on this one, non-veg, and the id is 6. So click on this and let's hover over this. Here you can see this id is 6. Here you can see this. Yeah, this one is working fine. So let me stop this and start coding further. After this, what I want is, I want to actually extract the values, that is category, name, price, from that row itself, and after that set these all into the text box. For that, what we have to do is string category is equal to Guna2 data grid 1 dot rows e dot row index dot cells, and this time we have to actually write 2, because the first column, that the 0th cell, contains the id, 1 contains name of the items, and 2 contains the category. That's why I have written 2 over there, so that I can fetch category and convert that into string value dot to string. After this, I need, after category, okay, so we don't have any here. Okay, so name is equal to Guna2 dot rows and we have to mention e dot row index, and we have to mention that cell, the cell is 1 this time, and convert that value dot to string. And after this we have price, so end price, and we have to convert that in dot parse and convert that into an integer type. So dot rows e dot row index dot cell, and we have to mention the cell 3 dot values value to string. Yeah, that's it. Now we have all the value when we click on that row. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually show that items, show that stuff into the text boxes. So txt category is a text box with the category label. So dot text is equal to what? Category. This category is the name from here, this one. Okay. So we are going to actually use this ID later when we click on that update button. So with the help of this ID, I'm going to update that. That's why I have taken this ID outside this method. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to set the name. So dot text is equal to name. After this, we have to set the price. Price dot text is equal to price, and convert that price to string because string is visible. If I write like this will not work. You can see that it's showing an error. So convert that into string type. That's it. Now start this and let's see if when we click on that, this works or not. Login. Click on this, and when I click on this one, here you can see this one is category. So category is South Indian, and you can make changes. Yeah, this is working. Okay, so item name is Italy, price is 45. Yeah, everything is fine. After this, what we have to do is we have to code for this update button. Okay, so let me do that. So close this, move back over here, and just double click on this, and this will generate a update button click event. BTN update click event is generated. After this, what we have to do is we have to write the query first. Query is equal to, and we have to write update items set name. Name is the column name in the database. So I've already shown you in my previous video. If you haven't watched, then please watch. Okay. After this, we have to write is equal to single quotes, double, plus, double quotes, and single quote. This is a string type. That's why txt name dot text. We have to fetch that text from the txt name text box. Txt name is the text box name actually. After this, we have to set the category. So from where category is the name of the column in the database. So single quotes, double. This is also a string type. So double, single like this. Txt category, and after category, txt category dot text. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually mention the price, comma price. Price is also the column name in the database. So price is in the big N format. That's why we don't have to include single quotes. So we have to directly include double quote, plus, and double quote. That's it. And we have to mention the text box. So txt price dot text. And after this, what we have to do is we have to identify the row, which row we want to update. If we just fire this query, each row in the database will be updated. Okay, so we have to mention where id is equal to, and this is also in the string, not the string type, it's in integer type, so it's double quotes and 2 plus sign. Within this, we have to mention the id. So from where this id comes up, let me show you. From here you can see this. When I click on the row, I have extracted the ID inside this variable, and I'm going to use this variable over here. It's showing an error because we haven't closed this query by putting in double quotes and one semicolon. Yeah, the query is completed. So why I have put this double quotes? Because we have opened this over here. Yeah, I hope you understand. After this, what we have to do is we have to just fire this query on the database. So what we have to do is we have to just show fn dot set data and query. That's it. After this, let me check that if this works or not. Let's start this. Login, use items, update items, and here we go. I'm going to change the price of Coke to 5,000. Just click on this and just add two more zeros and click on update. Data processed successfully and click on OK. Here you can see this. The 5,000 is updated, but it's not visible over here. This one is not looking that much nice. What I want is, whenever I click on that, this row automatically updated at the same time. So let me close this and let me show you that if that is actually updated or not. So I have closed that and started that application again and log in. Click on this and here you can see there's a 5,000. So how to actually do that instantly? For that, I have written this method over here, load data, and I have created this method because we are going to use this multiple times. So you can see this on the update item load event. I've already used this, so I'm going to use this once again. When this updation is completed, I want to use this over here. So load data and start this. Login. Click on this. Click on this. I'm going to change this one to 50. Delete two zeros. Click on update. Data processed successfully. Here you can see this. Still we have 5,000. But when you click on OK, you can see the price is changed to 50. And one more thing, what I want is, when this operation is successful, I want to clear all these text boxes. For that, how to do that? For that, we have to actually write few more line of code. That is txt name dot clear txt category dot clear txt price dot clear. And now start this. Login. Click on this. Change this price to 55. Update. OK, and here you can see this. Yeah, everything is clear, and this one is looking much better than before. So that's it for this video, guys. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to design the remove items user control and how to backend code for this. So just stay tuned and just share with your friends. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have already shown you how to design this user control, that is update item, and how to connect this with the dashboard. And I have also shown how to backend code for this. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description. There I put the link for my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to design this delete, that is remove items, okay, and how to backend code for this. So for that, let's start with that. Let me stop this and move back to our project on which we are working. We are working on cafe management video. So I have moved back over here. And after this, what we have to do is, first thing, we have to actually add one user control. For that, just right click and click on add and select new item. Click on user control, and after this, you have to just name this user control. So I'm going to name this one UC underscore remove item. Click on add, and this will add one user control. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually set the size for this user control. So click on this, and I'm going to copy the size from this one. The size is 781, 514. So copy, right click, go to storage, paste it over here and hit enter. Change the back color first. So move back over here and search for back color. Click on this and click on custom and white. After this, what we have to do is we have to connect this with the dashboard. So for that, just go to toolbox and search for Guna to ellipse. Just drag and drop it over here. Right click and go to properties, and properties, change this border radius to 30 and hit enter. Change this target control to user, select this one, user remove item. Save this. After this, copy this one and move back to dashboard. So let me close this stuff for now. Move back to dashboard, and here we go. And here what we have to do is we have to just paste that item over here and select the target control, panel 2, and just save it. And after this, what we have to do is just double click on this remove item and here we have to mention UC update, not update. Oh sorry, I have not added that right now. So actually when you paste this over here, that user control is not added in the toolbox. Here you can see this user remove, you cannot find over here. So what we have to do is we have to just start this and stop this in order to load that into the toolbox. So I've started this project and now I'm going to stop this. And after this, when I move back to toolbox, you will find that we have UC remove items. So after this, what we have to do is we have to just drag and drop it over here and place this one on the proper position. Yeah, here we go. After this, just double click on this and UC, and here we'll find remove item dot visible is equal to false. Sorry, we have to make this one true. After this, UC remove item dot bring to front. That's it. And after this, we have to make one more changes. That is when this form load, that is dashboard load, we have to hide that user control. So UC remove item dot visible is equal to false. Just see this and let's start and check if this works or not. Login. Click on over here. Yeah, this one is working. Everything is working actually. Okay. So I'm going to close this and start adding items over this. So let me close this. First thing what we have to do is we have to add a label over here. So let me add that. Actually, let me copy that from our company, the previous one. So I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. And I'm going to change the color. Change this one to black or whatever color you like and change the name. So delete item. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one more label and text box. So copy this and paste it and decrease the size of this label. So I'm going to decrease the size of this one to 40. Hit OK. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one text box. For that, Guna2 text box. Just drag and drop it. Click on this. Change the size. This one to 11. Okay, so let me 11 and change the color to black. Place this over here, and what we have to do is we have to just decrease the size and change the style so that here you can observe that it contains the border from the all the side. I want the underline only, so click on this, move back over here, change the style from default to material, and after this we have to add one placeholder text inside this one. So I'm going to add that to start typing. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one data grid view. So data, search for data grid view. Do not do data grid view, just drag and drop it over here. Place it like this. And we have to stretch this all the way to the bottom. Like this. After this, we have to change one row properties for this one. So first thing what we have to do is we have to change the data cell style, not this one. Actually, edit mode. Change this one to edit programmatically. After this, we have to change the style for this one. So select for, border style actually. Select this, click on this, fix 3D, and here you can observe now this one is looking better. Yeah. After this, what we have to do is we have to add one more label over here. So copy this, paste it, and over here just decrease the size for this label because this one is looking a little bit large. Italic, and change this one to 10 and hit OK. Or 11, I guess. 11 will be fine. Yeah. And change. Yeah. The label is now, everything is ready, and we have to add one more stuff, that is rectangular shaper. So I'm going to add that. rectangular shaper, just drag and drop it over here, and we have to change few properties of this rectangular shaper. So border width is 3, change this one to 3, radius is 21. After this, what we have to do is change the color of this one. So border color, change this one 0, 118, 225. Yeah, there we go. After this, what we have to do is we have to just place this on the proper position and stretch this like this. Here you can observe this one is looking quite nice. Here we go. Yeah. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually change the design name of this text box and the label. Right click and go to properties, and after this, what we have to do is we have to actually change the name. So change this one to txt search. Actually, we have to change the label name too. So we have to change the label name to item name. And this one, we are going to add the name, whatever text inside this one programmatically. So we don't need this. So I'm going to change this one to label for now. Yeah. I have changed the name for this one, txt search. And after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of this label because we are going to set this programmatically. That's why I'm going to actually set this label. So just click on this, move back over here. I'm going to name this one DELLADEL label. I'm going to name this one delete label. After this, what I want is when this user control or form loads, this label needs to be set with the name, that is how to delete. And after this, the color for this one needs to be blue. And the second thing what I need is this data grid view needs to be filled with the data when this form loads. Just double click on this and this will generate a UC remove item load event. And here first thing what I want is to set the text for that label. So DEL label is the name for that, and text is equal to how to delete, as I have already shown you this in the demo or overview. When you write this and start this, and let's see if this works or not. Login. Move back over here. You can see this how to delete. Yeah, this one is working fine. And we have to change the color for this one to blue. So let me do that too. DEL label dot for color is equal to color dot blue, and this will change the color. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually write a method to load data. So I'm going to write that method. In the previous video I've already shown you, I've already actually written similar method, so I hope you understand if you have watched my previous video. So public void load data, I'm going to name this one because we have to fetch the data from the database and we have to show that data into data grid view. Before I write the method, first thing what we have to do is we have to create a function class object. So function fn is equal to new function, and after this we have to take one variable of the string type. So I'm going to take string and I'm going to name this variable query. After this, what I have to do is I have to just write the query over here. Is equal to select star from item. Yeah, there we go. After this, what we have to do is we have to just fire this query into the database and extract that data and show that data into the data grid view. For that, we have to call the method fn.getData, and this method actually expect one string type argument. So I'm going to pass the query, and this method, that is the getData method, is going to return a dataset object. So that's why we have to store that too. So for that, I'm going to create a variable of type dataset. ds is equal to, and when this method is called, the data is going to be returned and that will be going to be stored in the data set. And after this, what we have to do is I have to just show that now this ds actually contains data. Okay, after this, what we have to do is we have to show that data in the data grid view. So click on this and we check the name. So data grid view 1 is the name. So I'm going to name this one do not data grid view 1 dot data source is equal to ds dot tables 0. That's it. Now let's start, and after this, now our method is complete. What I want is, I want to call this method over here so that when this form loads, that data fetched and also load into that data grid view. So load data. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. Login. Click on this. Here you can see this. Yeah, this one is working fine. After this, what we have to do is, we have to actually make this one working. That I can select search for items, and after that, when I click on that, I want to delete that. It will be possible to delete that row. Now you can see this, the color of this one is also blue now. So first I'm going to code for this one. So move back over here, click on this, click on events and text change. Just double click on this. After this, what we have to do is we have to write the query, and we have to write the query select star from items. Item is the table name, where name is the column name like single quotes, double, plus plus, double quotes and single quotes. After this, within this we have to mention txt search dot text, and we have to mention percent over here. So txt search dot text is the text box name, and why I have written the percent, it means that whenever someone write a, it means that a and percent will be fired in the database. A percent means whatever text starting with a will be extracted from the database and shown. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to follow the same step, fire this to the database and extract the data and show into the data grid view. So data set ds is equal to function fn dot get data query. We pass query inside this, and after this, guna 2 data grid view 1 dot data source is equal to ds dot tables 0. Let's check if that text box works or not. Login. Click on this. We have to write, yeah, this one is working. Yeah, everything is working. Yeah. Now next thing what we have to do is we have to actually code for the cell click event. What I want is when I click on this, it asks for user to, if are you sure you want to delete, and when a user click on OK, then only the row needs to be deleted. So let's start with that. So move back over here, click on this, and we have to just go to events, and there you have to just search for cell click. Here you will find this. Just double click on this, and this will generate a Guna 2 data grid view cell click event. And here what we have to do is we have to actually first, what I want is that it asks from user, are you sure you want to delete? So if message box dot show delete item question mark, and I'm going to name this one important message, and this message box needs to have some buttons, so I'm going to give 2 buttons, that is OK and cancel. And after this, I want some icon for this one, so message box icon dot information, or you can change this one to warning because this one is a very serious issue. Yeah. And after this, we have to just write double equals, and after this we have to check that what actually user clicked on OK or cancel. So dialog result dot OK. When this user enter OK, clicked on OK, then only we need to process further. In the else condition, we don't need to do anything. So let's check that. When I click on that, this message pops up or not. Click on OK. Sorry, started. Login. click on this, and when I click on this, yeah, delete item, yeah, this one is working fine. When I click on cancel, nothing happens, and when I click on OK, that row needs to be deleted. So after this, what you have to do is we have to write the code over here. So first thing, what I have to fetch from this data grid view is nothing but the ID from the 0th cell. So let me do that. For that, I'm going to write int ID is equal to ID. I'm taking a variable of integer type ID, and after this, what we have to do is whatever in the data grid view is in the string format, so we have to convert that into a integer type. So int dot parse, and inside this we have to write Puna, the data grid view name, Puna2 data grid view 1 dot rows, and in this we have to mention e dot row index, and which cell I've already told you that cell 0 dot value to string. Yeah, here we have the ID now, and what we have to do is we have to just delete that ID, delete that row with that ID. So we have to write the query now. So query is equal to delete from table name, that is items, where IID is the column name in my database, actually my table, and we have to mention that ID, so double quotes, and within this double quotes we have to add 2 plus sign because it's integer type, so that's why only 2 quotes is needed, and pass the value, that is ID. And after this we have to just call that set data method, and we have to pass the query. And after deletion, what I want is that form, that data needs to be reloaded so that it instantly show the changes. So we have already written a method over here to load data. So I'm going to call this method over here. So load data. After the deletion, the data will be automatically loaded. So let me do that. So start this. Click on this. Login. Click on this. Okay, so first I'm going to add one item. So category cake, and I'm going to add ABC, price 2000. Click add item. Okay, move back over here, and here what we have to do is ABC, search for ABC. Here we can see this ABC. Just click on this, and here you can see this delete item. When it cancels, nothing happens. When I click on OK, data process successfully. Click on OK, yeah. Here you can see this. Now that item is removed. Next thing, we're left with one step, that is nothing but how to delete. What I want is when I click on this, it needs to be show an instruction. Okay, so let me do that. Just close this, move back over here, and what I want is when I click on that, it needs to show the instruction. So just double click on this to generate a click event for this. Just double click on this, and here we have to set el label dot for color. First needs to be color dot red. I want to change the color first, and d label dot text is equal to click on row to delete the item. Start this and let's see if this works or not. Click on this, and here you can see this. Yeah, this one is working. And one more thing, what we have to do is when we leave this user control, when we enter this user control, the data needs to be loaded. Instantly, I have shown you, actually, I don't know you figured that out or not. Here you can see this, when I add one item, so click on the cake, add item ABC again, and price is 5000. Click on add item and click on OK. Now the item is added, but when you move over here, remove item, and here you can see this, you can't see that item, what we have added. When you try to search this ABC, yeah, this will be over here. When you delete all this, now we have this. What I want is when I enter into this user control, I want to see this data. So for that, what we have to do is we have to just move back over here, click on this, outside this, not this empty space. When you click on this, rectangular shaper 1 is selected. You can see over here. So click on the empty space outside that rectangular shaper and search for enter event. So click on this and search for enter event. Here you can see this. Double click on this, and here what we have to do is we have to just call the method that is load data. That's it. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. I'm going to add one more item. Click on this, add item, category soft drink, something. Coke is already added. Thumbs up. And prices 25. Add item. Click on OK. Move back over here, and here you can see this. When I click over here, I have to start typing. You can find thumbs up over here. Okay. And here you can see this. Everything is working fine. So that's it for this video, guys. And here our project is completed in this video. I hope you enjoyed coding with me. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.